And we're back.
And we're back. So we are.
Hurrah.
Oh, are we? Are we actually? Everyone can hear us?
Yeah, no, we're here. We're here. Yep, glory to Elbonia.
Always works perfect. Oh, sorry, glory to Elbonia.
Glory to Elbonia.
Glory to Elbonia.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on.
I think it's like a
Yeah,
30-second delay.
you're coming through on the stream there. You're actually.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
coming through.
yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
yeah,
Okay,
you are on.
yeah, we're good. We're Gucci, right?
Yeah, it was
Onward.
me. It was me that was the problem. My fancy mic wasn't working, so I've just gone back to my headset. But I figured, considering there's so many of us this time, we should all introduce myself. Hi, you're on my channel.
Oh no, Pig is here. He's just lurking. He's waiting for his moment.
Yes. So, Pac,
And
you're
he'll
here
strike,
as well.
much like the alligator.
Just in the background, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. They do not know the level of bull that I have pulled out for this one.
I can hear his little pig ears quivering with anticipation from here.
See, the thing is, the thing you must realize is I've been really looking forward to doing the Elbonia experiment, but this collab contains Animarchy, who is quite possibly one of the few people on this planet who can rival me in terms of knowledge and passion for just the weird and wacky military bullcrap prototypes and concepts. Therefore, knowing he's here and knowing some of the shit he is going to pull out of his hat, I have had to dive deep. I have had to go down into the depths of Moria to find the strangest, stupidest shit I can functionally find. And the way I did this was I got a lot of people on my Discord, I got a lot of people I know in the community and everything to come forward and submit their suggestions. I also did a lot of Googling. Anything that Google suggested me, anything that my community suggested me, I scored off the list. There are some things in here that are going to be weird. And if any of you have the same thing that I do, or even know what some of it is, I will actually be impressed. I will genuinely be impressed.
I mean, I know one of the things.
Oh man, I'm totally screwed now.
I know one of the things you picked because we thought we picked the same thing, and because it comes from the same part of the world. But it's gonna be, it's gonna get great when we get to that category.
Alrighty, I guess we better start.
We will.
All
We
right.
better kick off.
All right. So
yeah.
order from left to right. Thrasher, you are first with your small arm selection.
Okay, fine. Well, and as everybody knows, I am well versed in small arms. It's what I spend my whole time talking about on YouTube. I know it really, really well, and there's nothing I don't know about small arms. All right, some of that there may be a little bit of sarcasm in there because I know all about weapons. So I have picked something with the old favorite, right? So for those of you that are perhaps not familiar with the immediate post-war period of World War II, Britain was trying to do its level best to re-establish itself as the world's armory and trying to ignore furiously the fact that the Americans were streets ahead of us in almost every way. So we realized we needed a submachine gun. The Sten had got some slightly bad press during the course of the war. And I think what El Jefe needs is the gun that every insurgent is looking for at the moment. This is the Lanchester. So hang on, I'll get it up on the screen.
Oh,
here if I
no.
can do that. Just a second. It's a fantastic weapon. Hang on, here we go. Let me just put this up on the screen so you can see it.
Wood.
Just a moment, it's coming. The first thing to notice is wood. I mean, look at the wood on this. Now, there's lots of really great selling points about this gun. I mean, first of all, it's lighter than an M14 by almost half a pound. So it's therefore light. It fits the 1907 sword bayonet fitting off a Mark III short magazine Lee Enfield. I mean, what's not to like about that? I mean, come on, LFA, you need to have a knife on the end of your gun. What says, machete wielding machismo jungle fighter like a great big sword on the end of your gun? And it's actually called a sword bayonet technically, which is brilliant, right?
Yes.
It's got a 50 round magazine, right? Which is great. That's cool. It's 9x19 parabellum, which is, well, it's a round. And the Mark I has sights on it.
I'll take it. I think you're alive.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's great. El Jefe is good. I mean, and crucially, if you want to, there's plenty of room to paint this red and put flames down the side. So that's easy. We can fix that. It's not a
Chat
problem, right?
has an important question.
Right.
Where's the trigger?
Okay. Well, like, if you're going to
Oh,
be
it does
picky
seem to be
about these
missing.
things,
Yeah, where's the
it does.
trigger?
It does. In fact, yeah. Okay. So in fairness,
This must be a special model of Lanchester. It is
this is-
fired by psychic powers from the glorious Elbonia.
It is fired by your patriotic fervor.
Well, actually, so it does have a trigger, but you have led me on to one of the slight challenges. Now, the reason it doesn't have a trigger on this picture is because I'm an idiot and I've cut it off when I did the transfer. But there is a trigger on it. It does work. But even better, that bolt, you'll notice it if you pull it back and lock it up. That's the safety. That's how it's stored. So it's stored cocked. If you drop it, it just fires uncontrollably. I mean, immediately, just shoots everything around it, which they found pretty quickly with the Mark One after the first couple of trucks full of troops managed to shoot themselves because the truck bounced up and down, the bolt moved, and it basically shot about 5 people. That is a little bit of it's a bit of a hitch. The magazine, this 50-round magazine, which is really wicked, but it doesn't fit any pouch in the world in anybody's gear. I mean, it just doesn't fit. So then you have to use Sten magazines, which are notoriously so will jam the whole time as they continually did. Much to the benefit of the British Empire, because we lost a lot of these to insurgents around the world that we then wound up killing when the guns wouldn't fire or when they went off unexpectedly in the woods. I don't think you need to worry too much there, because actually reloading the magazines, even if you got the standard ones, requires a special tool, and we're not going to give them the special tool. In fact, basically nobody had it, so you have to use a screwdriver. And if you that up, the gun will jam, or alternatively just randomly go off. So basically,
you'll just end up punching holes in the side of the casings.
Yeah.
Chat has also pointed out it looks like an orc shooter, and I was about to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So you do live.
Yeah.
Daka.
Well, the other
Daka,
thing I
Daka.
would say here is it is a direct extrapolation of the MP28. So
Yes.
hypothetically, you could probably get, like, if we really, really want to spin it to El Jefe and he's not convinced, we can show him the snail mag.
Yes.
If they see the snail mag, they'll be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what? If you throw in the snail mag, I think he lives.
Right. I mean, it's not going to work, but sure, we can
So
rig
let's
something up for the demo.
Let's
I'm
just
sure.
get the first golden award for Thrasher, because he's living.
Oh, awesome! Happy days.
All right, we
Does
get.
this
Well,
mean I get-
wait. We have to ask chat though. Do we think he lives?
Oh, he
One
lives.
for live, 2 for die. 1 for live, 2
One
for
for live,
die.
2 for
Come on,
die.
chat.
1 for live, 2 for die.
I think the internet died for a moment, but
Give it a moment.
I'm looking at the live feed.
Give it a moment.
Hang on.
Why is
I don't know
that?
what's wrong with
It's
it.
back to life.
I know
we're
what's
back.
wrong
We're
with
back.
it.
Okay,
Ain't no
one.
gas in it.
Ain't no gas in it.
That was weird.
Ain't no
I
gas.
got nothing
Oh,
wrong
is it-
with my internet. That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is off
It
the
does.
internet. NBN moment. Yep.
Yeah, NBN moment.
Oh well. Okay. Thrasher lives. All right. Thrasher
Yeah,
lives.
Yeah, 1 for live, 2 for
Yeah.
die. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
wow.
Thrasher lives.
There we
Holy
go. There we
shit.
go.
Holy shit. That's a lot of work.
There we go.
Hey, well done, Thrasher. All right, Rex.
Get in.
I'm a bit concerned because unfortunately my suggestion is the weapon that Thrasher just spent the past 20 minutes slagging off, and that is the Sten gun, the Sten gun. But I have provided in my notes reasons for this, because of course, you know, we need to sell these to the Revolutionary Guard, but also, you know, be like, not give them anything good. So we spin it as the Sten Mark II being a symbol of guerrilla warfare, an affordable and easy to use weapon that helped resistance fighters across Europe defeat fascist occupiers, etc. It is the perfect weapon for the people's struggle. While in reality, yes, it is simple to produce. Its crude construction makes it unreliable. It's easy to manufacture, but it's also easy to break. And much like a problem that Thrasher mentioned before, if you drop it when it is loaded, it may decide to shoot you in the face.
Which version of the Sten is it? Is it the Mark
This
One?
is the 2. This is the 2.
The Mark II? Okay, yeah, that still will.
Yeah, yeah. This is the Mark II. I went for the Mark II specifically because I felt the Mark I was going to be too old and too clunky, and we still wanted something that looks good, and also because it can be made out of crude, simple materials. It is perfect for the Elbonian people's factories, and even better. When the revolutionaries use it in the muddy Elbonian fields, what's that mud going to do? It's going to jam it. So it's going to look good on paper, but in reality, it's going to do what the CIA wants it to do.
Wait, so are we
Also-
a mud island or a Caribbean island?
We're a Central American nation.
I thought we were an
Can I,
island.
can I bring up
Yeah.
something really fast that I just saw in chat that is one of the funniest things I think I've seen so far?
Yeah.
Elbonia fact. The hang loose is considered a rude hand gesture due to El Jefe being known for being a bad surfer.
Also, thank you, Toasty Turkey, for the $20. I appreciate that a lot. Also, shout out to the fact you're a
Look,
Queenslander.
with the Sten Mark II, like the revolutionaries will look good in parades and in propaganda videos, but in combat they will struggle with misfires and friendly fire whenever they sneeze and or drop the Sten.
See,
Now,
there's a
Now,
bunch-
Rex, I hate to be the one to say this because I think but it needs to be said. There's two serious problems with this. The first is everybody knows there is no way to hold a Sten gun and look cool because
No.
there's actually no ergonomic way to hold a Sten gun. If you hold the magazine, it will come out. So you have to hold the shroud, which means what
Also,
do you do
holding the
with other
magazine can
hand?
induce jams.
Yeah. So you got to hold it in this really weird overhand kind of a way. El Jefe's going to look like a wanker with this thing.
Or he could hold two at
Yeah.
once because he's strong.
I will offer the counterpoint that there really
Thank you,
isn't a cool way to hold a Lanchester either.
Shut up.
Yeah, thank you. Someone,
it's got
someone
wood.
takes my
Shut up.
side.
I'm alive still. Shut up.
No, but the Lanchester has that kind of retro charm, and if you have the snail mag,
I would
could you
debate
imagine-
this. I will, if I'm allowed, I'm going to drop an image in because I would f***ing debate this. Excuse me, just for 1 second. I have the world's slowest computer, but
Thank
Here
you,
we go.
Military History, for the.
I
20
think you'll find
Swedish.
you can look cool while holding a Sten.
Oh shit!
Okay, yeah, no, you
Look at
can,
that.
You can look cool.
All
holding
right.
instead.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
where
oh
have you put
yeah,
that?
oh yeah.
That is the
oh.
poster boy of the Elbonian revolutionaries right there.
Oh wow! Oh look at that!
You know what?
Oh
he
my
does look
gosh.
cool.
He
That
does
is that is
absolutely
that is
I will give you that. He does look cool.
All right, chat.
swagger.
All right, chat. Has Pig saved?
Thank you, Harry.
Has Pig saved his life? 1's for does he live? 2 for dies. 1 for live, 2 for die.
We need a
Come
jingle
on,
for
chat.
this.
Vote now on your phones.
I will offer the pig a reward of his textbook of choice
That would
from my
never
own
betray
private
me.
collection.
Chat will do exactly what they're told. They'll vote one.
1 for live, 2 for dies.
Wait for it.
Chat would never betray me. Come
Oh,
on.
which way-
oh,
which way-
oh,
Oh, this is close.
oh,
The
I
ones
think
have-
he lives.
The ones have it.
He
The
lives.
ones have it.
He lives.
He lives. He lives. Yeah, he lives.
He
Yeah.
wrote 25.
Oh my God! Pigs just saved Rex's life. We have
Thank
Operation
you so much.
Operation Elbonian Solidarity is underway.
We have two
I'll
lives.
take my thanks and donations to my offshore bank account. Thank you.
Yep, I will wire many. Do you take American?
It'll be bananas.
I take bullion.
I hear that.
Excellent.
I hear that Richard
I will pay you in
Woodruff,
bullion.
Richard
Thank
Woodruff runs that offshore bank account, and he uses it to make airmail.
Ah,
Interesting.
Great guy.
Interesting. Yeah, great guy.
Great guy.
Hmm.
Sweet guy. Yeah.
Pack, your turn.
What a heart.
Is that? Oh, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
You can brag.
Is it my turn? Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh no.
boys and girls, and that Technicolor rainbow in between, who we love and adore, I was left a pondering. I thought, what kind of weapon system? Now, originally, I was thinking perhaps to be a bit conventional. The semi-automatic rifle series from the Second World War has many a great mishappenstance, and I had a feeling though that Zach here might have beaten me to the punch on that. And with the aid of our dear friend Potential History this morning, it occurred to me that there is a weapon system I was a meme on TikTok about. for a good couple months. My nomination for Elbonia's small arm is the Japanese Type 11 light machine gun.
Oh,
Well, he's got cool
The
factor.
contraption.
it is just. Oh.
I f***ing called it.
There it is. Now,
I f***ing knew you were gonna go for the Type 11.
okay, so
I just somehow knew you were gonna go.
Look
for the
at
fucking
how
Type 11.
cool this looks. It's like a Hotchkiss machine gun, but better.
See, I thought
It's also
Well-
got weeb power.
I thought
and
you might
that's
go
always-
for
I
can't believe
Chev.
you've done this
is
to me.
better.
But
I mean-
but you see, the feed hopper system, just mwah. You see, that's how
It
I'm
is
going to.
I love the feed hopper system so much, and it is objectively dog shit.
I know, but that's going to be my selling point to El Jefe. I'm going to be like, hey, check this out, El Jefe. Open up the feed hopper. You see, we don't need none of these stinking gay ass belts. We don't need magazines. One homeboy could just sit there feeding clips in constantly. And, well, originally it was designed to share rifle rounds with the infantry until they found out that because they'd cut half the barrel off, it had way too much powder in the round. And so when they fired it, the muzzle flash blinded the operator and signaled the machine gun's position to everyone in a 15-mile radius.
Kind of based.
But you know what? Like, the feed hopper system, it's just so cool. Like,
I mean,
you just
it's
keep
cool
loading rounds
if
in.
you're a steampunk Victorian. It's amazing.
Like the cool factor of this gun. There's one. It's also very mobile, and actually, surprisingly, the mechanism itself is very reliable. However, the feed hopper system, is a hopper system. Anyone who's even remotely familiar with how hoppers work, a hopper does not discriminate what goes into it.
What goes in there, it's getting
We'll
fed
go
into
through.
the gun.
whatever ends up in this hopper will end up in the weapon system. And if you're fighting in, say, the Central American jungles,
Anything,
bugs,
bugs,
grass,
bananas, mud,
bananas,
the loader's
mud.
fingers.
yeah, the
Plantains.
lotus fingers, yeah,
Poppy seeds.
yeah. It might be anything in there. But you know
Theoretically,
what?
Could El Jefe light his cigars on the extensive muzzle flash?
Yes, he could.
Yes.
Yes, you could.
Yes, he could. It's
Also,
that-
if someone were to happen to push his face in front of the muzzle flash while he's trying to light it,
Well, then the CIA pays a bonus. But no, there's one question. Have you got the top-down view of this device? Because you know where I'm going with this, right?
I don't have a top-down view of it. Hold on.
Because
find one
the
for
whole
ya.
because the problem is El Jefe is going to look at this. It's not in a straight line, is it? Is it now? If we're honest,
I mean,
nothing about this. It's offset to the right. It looks like it's been put on wrong.
it looks broken. It actually
It
does
does
look
not
broken.
look right.
Can I add one? Can I add one other thing about the hopper feed that a lot of people forget? It has an oiler built into it, so
Oh,
it
yes.
oils the cartridges before they go into the gun, which means that any amount of dirt or debris is getting all over those, which is now all over the inside of your gun.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which is one of the reasons that I picked it.
Okay. Okay. So you see, that's what I'm saying, right? Because this is the typical thing of when this weapon works, it is one of the most efficient and accurate light machine guns out there. Key
it's
point:
amazing.
when it works.
If
So, and the CIA will have a lot of them available on the cheap because they've just occupied Japan less than 10 years ago. So, honestly, we can get this for a bargain price. We can get the ammo in bulk. I mean, hell, the Japanese economic miracle is just kicking off. If we can get some of the old factories and cottage industries back up and running to supply us ammo, I'm sure the CIA will help us grease the wheels with MacArthur's administration on that front. I mean, we can source it, we can afford it, It looks cool. Like, imagine this, like a whole tactical version of this, like with the Elbonian star carved in the stock. You know what I mean? We could, and
I want to see one of these brought into the year 2024 with Picatinny rails to hell and back, all the way up both sides of it, and like
full drip. Just drip.
And then I just the one thing I desperately want to see is someone try to attach an Elkin Spectre to the top of this thing. Anyway,
do you see that feed system? And look at the chunkiness of that charging handle.
So
Just
that
damn.
brings us to the question, chat. 1, he lives. 2, he dies.
I have a feeling I'm going to die here.
No,
I want you to have a think as you're debating your idea. I want you to have a think about where the flames.
I think look. The flames come with it. It's built in.
The flames come out the end. Fair point. No, flames come out the
You
end.
can't vote for yourself, motherfucker. You can't vote for yourself.
Oh my God! I've clutched it.
I'm saying it too, just because he picked what I was going to pick.
How the hell has he survived it? CIA have turned up as ever. They're late, but they've turned up.
But I think you're dead. I think you're dead.
It's pretty. It's pretty even.
I think he made it. I think he made it.
I think he made it. I think
I made it.
Maybe like with a bit of light torturing.
You've lost your perhaps, but you've made
it. Just to teach him a lesson, to remind him.
I think El Jefe is going to take his machete out, and he's just going to
I think it. I think I've made it, but
just
barely.
A finger, like a pinky.
Yeah, my auntie Edwina El Toro just got thrown off a bridge. But that, you know what? She was getting old anyway.
You didn't like her that much.
She lived a good life.
Wow.
Someone's giving me Zloty. Thank you. Thank you, Dark Dragon. Oh, God.
Okay. All right. Next victim.
I guess it's me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I was thinking, where is all of the surplus in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Where's it sitting? What could we do with it even? And that put me to a very interesting point. What about Canada?
Oh,
Canada.
I've deleted the background on
hang
accident.
Oh no.
Now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now. It is.
You're cooked. You're absolutely cooked.
The beautiful Ross rifle. Now, it's accurate.
Do you want
It's
to throw the
beautiful.
background for you?
Yes, please. You can put all sorts of things on it, flames and stuff. But there is nuance. The nuance is that if you load it incorrectly, it's going to blow up in your face.
Oh my God.
And we're not teaching them how to load it correctly. What is more beautiful?
Straight pull bolt too.
Look,
it's a straight
exactly.
pull bolt.
I love straight pull bolt
actions. Skill issue.
Exactly.
If
So
it blows up.
the thing is, El Presidente is gonna fucking love it. He is gonna adore it because his royal guards can have that with flames on it. And how good will they look with that wood veneer with flames? He's gonna.
I mean, yeah. You see, you make a good point. The flames are gonna start because you can paint that red. You can put flames down.
Exactly.
No problem at all. But,
And then,
I mean,
hear me out. Tiger stripes.
Yes, tiger stripe.
Oh no,
Tiger
Zach.
stripe.
Zach, the Marine Scout sniper treatment with like the mottled olive camo and the bits of, like grass hanging off it. Like, ooh. I mean, the grass hanging off it will catch fire the moment they fire around. But it's
Exactly. See, I adore the Ross rifle because it's so accurate, so good. So El Jefe will love it. He'll adore it. But the CIA will love it too because there's no way we're training El Jefe's troops to use it properly. Of course we're not.
Oh God, no.
That costs money. Why would we do that? So they're going to fire at the resistance and they're just going to kill themselves. It's the perfect
It's a bit
background.
in a world in which machine guns exist.
But we want style.
It's one.
We're here for style. It's also
Have
far
you
more
met
accurate.
El Jefe? He's not about style. He's
Yes, he
he's a
is.
man with a machete.
And you can put a giant ass bayonet on this thing and it's really long. You could use it as a spear.
Okay. Well, now you lead with the bayonet.
Also, you've
got a sword.
That's gonna excite him.
Someone
It's got a sword.
Yeah, Rex picked the Stead. This thing is more accurate than the Stead. You could be 5 foot
True.
away
I mean,
with a
he's
Stead,
right.
and this would still be more accurate because you could
Yeah,
stab
but you
someone
can,
with it.
but you can at least fire 10 rounds through the stand before it jams. This thing fires 2 rounds and implodes.
But you could put Tiger Stripe on it and put a giant sword on it. You could make a Macedonian pike phalanx with this.
Ooh, okay, now there's.
I like the idea of a pike phalanx.
Exactly.
You were on thin ice.
Yes, it is Testy Trekkie.
You were on thin ice, but then the pike.
I'm out of line, but I'm right.
I mean, the pike phalanx is quite the selling point, but I'm not sure, brother. I don't think.
All right, chat. 1 for live, 2 for die.
I think he's got to die. I think El Jefe is just going to look at that.
Take
guy.
his
Oh,
blood.
Playing at.
Oh no! Oh no!
Just remember
oh
Pike
god!
Phalanx and whose channel you're on.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
My brother, I
oh,
don't think that's looking good for you.
Pig.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, it looks like looks like
Wait.
Chris is killed by El Jefe.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I'm voting. Yeah, you're dead. Sorry.
You're dead. You're dead,
I'm
son.
dead. I'm not
on, let me
impressed
get-
with this.
let me-
What's wrong with the Ross rifle? I'll put my little dancing
let me get
skeleton on.
Let me get the appropriate icon. Wait, no, I've got because I got a thing. If you you might want to use.
Oh, I thought the golden pistol was for the people who got the most kills.
No. That's El Jefe's pistol, man.
All right, fine. There's a lot of ones there now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sucks to be you, innit?
Yeah. All right, pig's turn.
You know,
It's
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
sorry.
I forgot that I
Yeah.
was muted.
Rex has been in this game this whole time. And
I
he's like,
have, yeah.
oh no.
no one can hear me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay,
Wait a
okay.
second. The chat is saying an F-16
Wait,
may have shot down an SG-34.
Really?
I doubt it.
Funny if true.
Yes. Anyway, continue.
Funny if true.
Okay. Gentlemen, good evening. I have a proposition. You see, we are at the forefront of war technology. I mean, yes, rifles may have dominated the past 2 wars, but what came out of the second one was not the need for a greater rifle, but one that can fill the air in front of the user with bullets, ending the existence of anything in front of said user. You'll agree with me?
Yes.
Yes, really, yes.
Now,
Yes.
I believe firmly that the days where a single soldier has to be brutally and firmly trained at the cost of thousands of Elbonian dollars just to learn how to aim a rifle is over. No, sir. The age of the machine gun is upon us, light enough to be carried by the average man, and simple enough that any idiot could use one, and many do. But as many nations around the earth struggle to adapt to this new age of the assault rifle, I, sir, have found a solution, one that will get us on the ground level. I have to change the thing now. Give me 2 seconds. For you see, gentlemen, it was not the Germans that invented the assault rifle. Absolutely not. No, sir.
Oh
It was
no.
the Greeks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Gentlemen,
No.
behold. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong slide. Hang on a second.
Dying.
Oh no.
I swear I'm prepared.
Stand well back.
You've repaired like
Stand
a
well
Greek.
back. Stand clear, everyone. The hog is coming through. He is bringing a
Gentlemen,
weapon to surpass Metal
behold
Gear.
the EPK Prekial machine gun.
Oh, it's
That's
just,
right.
Oh.
The world's first assault rifle, according to the man who invented it. It's gas operated, capable of firing 720 rounds per minute, with the ability to remain accurate at distances of up to 800 yards. This is the pinnacle of assault weapons technology. It works in a similar manner to the Thompson, an already tried, tested, and proven submachine gun. It is vastly superior in every way to any gun currently on the market, according to the manufacturer, and Princess Diana has one of these. What this gun represents is the absolute embodiment of future warfare. This, sir, is the future of Elbonia. I will take no questions. Thank you.
Can we get an oxy and a
One.
Greek
Just
flag in the chat?
immediately lives. Immediately lives.
Yeah, one.
Greek flags and oxy in the chat.
God damn, that's absolutely incredible. Dude, the wiki page for this is fucking hilarious.
I have never even heard of this thing before in my life. Where the f did it come from?
Prequel
Okay. Firstly, it's questionable if or not this gun even exists. What you are looking at is probably the only picture of it. Prequel kind of uses it. They made this in apparently 1938, 1939, and then obviously the Nazis took over Greece. They completely wiped the factory down to like rubble and stripped of anything useful. So Prequel kind of uses this as a sort of, look at us, we're still relevant. We invented the assault rifle marketing, because they never continued development of this thing, and there's a reason for that. And this is what we're telling, and this is not what we're now very quickly telling the CIA, because what you're looking at is the Emperor's new clothes. This is not an assault rifle by any stretch of the imagination, but as long as Prequel never has to actually build it, they can claim what it is. They can claim whatever the hell they think it is, and no one can test that theory.
It looks a bit like an AK.
Reese mentioned raw. What the f is a healthy economy? Oh my god!
You know, my favorite thing about Greece is the fact that as long as you don't finish your house, you don't have to pay tax on it. So you just keep adding extra floors.
Yeah. As long as it's being constructed, you don't have to pay the tax on it.
Oh my god!
On the other hand, you don't have to pay the local chap. You don't pay the tax anyway.
Long live the pig from Rescue's Greyhound.
I have some doubts if this thing is an assault rifle, because firstly, this thing weighs about 10 to 15 pounds.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look small.
All right,
It's not small.
That's okay. So for a light
heavy.
machine gun, that's not bad though.
For a light machine gun, yeah. For a light machine gun, it's also belt fed. The belt comes in 30 rounds and is secured on this massive box that attaches to the side. So rather than just like feed another belt in, you have to awkwardly take this huge box off the side of the gun and attach a new box, then fire another 30 rounds.
So it's basically a light machine gun.
It's a light machine gun. It's also
a light machine gun.
7.92.
Right.
Why?
So we're not getting ammo for it.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think.
Immediate one. Immediate one.
Someone in the chat, Princess Diana had a Greek. I thought that was Liz. Technically, Charlie's half Greek.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And, you know, he wasn't really around in their marriage, so this kind of fits.
Yeah.
Funny story. I used to know the ex-king Constantine of Greece. There you go.
Huh.
Did you? Oh,
He was a very strange man.
I have heard that he's an odd duck.
I should point out this machine gun, the only example that exists and the only proof that it ever did exist is because one was handed to the Greek royal family as a sort of an example. And that's the only reason we know this thing exists. But this is the only known picture of it. It's
I mean, that's amazing.
I'll take
I
it.
could
But it
literally
looks
send an
great.
email and find out.
One of my admins is
After you
saying
still got it.
one of my admins is saying the SU-34 was shot down. It was reported by a Russian source.
Really?
Huh.
All right,
Oh,
this is gonna
no.
get spicy. If we get a live reaction to an F-16 air kill, this is gonna be great. Anyway,
This is going to be fucking spicy.
so, Ryan Butler is asking how they deliver this weapon, Pig.
Well, the thing
Carefully.
is, the factory was basically wiped down to rubble. They have since rebuilt it. It's mostly doing civilian stuff, but it is trying to get back into like military crap. It won't. It never will again. But they could if we like show up and say, hey, we want to buy this machine gun, they're very likely going to go, yeah, of course you can buy amazing Greek machine gun, come into a factory, and they'll I don't know what they'll try and give us, but they're going to try and give us something. It will not make
what you're
this.
saying, if I could just quickly translate here, what you're saying is we all need to go on holiday to Greece for a couple of months to buy the gun.
Yes.
So
We could go island hopping and stuff,
I
and
will
try and buy the gun.
also, yeah, we can go island hopping. I will also point out that this factory is currently propping up the Greek economy. So the fact that we are there looking for contracts means they'll probably treat us like royalty, and there might be some kind of Greece is rebuilding. There's a lot of cheap
Excellent.
property. It's you know.
Well, they're rebuilding after the Civil War at this stage, so
Yeah.
you know,
And
like
this just
we-
So they know about guns.
This just reminds me of a nondescript country from the Middle East that, like stars on their flags, attempts to get weapons from Czechoslovakia. I'm in.
we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that history. We'll have
That's
We'll have to
I
wait
don't
for
know what
our
you're
own
talking about.
dedicated-
I said nondescript country from the Middle East that has stars on its flag. That could be Kuwait for all we know.
It could be anywhere.
Exactly.
I
Could be.
know somebody who said that the 1950s Greece was very anti-communist. Yes, true, but that's not a problem. Don't forget we have the CIA on our side. We
Yes.
sent them to buy the gun.
Who do you think is propping up the Greek resistance movement that won? For goodness' sake, our employers.
Most of the
I
times.
mean,
Anyway,
in fact, the Greeks may be anti-communist, but if you just like show up with a helicopter with a shipping container full of money, they're going to be like Viva
They're
la
gonna care.
Revolution, you know.
Viva la Revolution, yes, right.
I believe it is now Zach's turn.
Zach.
Oh God.
So Zach
Uh,
attack.
Adam Kaufman
All right.
with the $2. Pigman funny.
Yeah.
Pigman is funny. All right. Well, I will preface this by saying I may have gone a little overboard on selecting firearms.
Oh no.
You surprised me.
What?
Zach.
Just slightly.
Zach?
Gun you,
Zach?
No.
Just,
No.
just-
Zach a
just
gun
slightly.
autist?
Just slightly.
Zach? Ooh, that's a shock.
Do you know about guns?
I do actually.
That's a surprise. I mean, there's
So-
there's no indication at all that like
No, none.
you're a gun trooper or anything, you know.
No.
No.
God no. I am actually the worst gun tuber that has ever existed, but that's beyond that's not the point right now. So
Shit.
Oh.
I have brought several firearms and I will try to go through them as briefly as possible and then I will be open to questions behind this shield of bulletproof glass. To start off with, I thought, you know, what would be great is if everyone had submachine guns, but the problem with submachine guns is most of them are actually good, right?
Yeah,
we don't
it's a
want to give them
tricky
stuff
one,
that's
that
good.
one. No.
And also, if you give them a submachine gun, then like that means they don't need a pistol. And what most glorious leaders need is some type of pistol that they can carry around in a holster. And if they have submachine guns, you can have that one. So what I thought for how do I move this one to a different slide?
If you just copy and paste it, you just.
Oh,
Control
okay,
C,
thank
Control
you. So what I thought for the first one is the Stechkin machine pistol.
Right.
Oh.
The
El
fuck is
Jefe
this?
I know
Get a
nothing
gold
about
one.
this thing.
The Stechkin machine pistol is a select fire 9mm pistol that is available in 9mm or 9x19 Parabellum or 9mm Makarov. Either cartridge, whatever one you prefer. I suggest we go with 9mm Makarov, specifically because it's all Soviet ammunition. Most of it isn't going to be as good. And you can shoot someone in the face with it and they'll probably live.
No, that works.
Those good points all around.
I mean, El Jefe may not be terribly pleased, but
Well, I mean, he doesn't need to know. We'll show him the 9mm Parabellum one.
No, he will be.
Crucially, the reason to pick the Stechkin is because it looks and feels really cool,
I mean, it does
especially when
look
you shoot
quite
it on
cool.
full auto.
He will be pleased.
Yeah,
because
I
he
will
can
see
motivate
that.
the workers by shooting them in the face without killing them.
Also, the last thing
Exactly.
you expect is that thing to be fully auto.
Exactly.
don't
Now,
expect that at all.
He's only got a pistol. It's fine. And all of a sudden you got 12 bullets in your cranium.
now the reason we picked this gun, but don't tell El Jefe, is that if you have shot pistols extensively, you will know that shooting pistols is easy, but shooting pistols accurately is not easy. And it's made
Next to
even less
impossible.
easy when the gun is firing fully automatic, because your first round will be on target, but then your second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth round will all be directly into the ceiling above you.
and then you drop the gun.
So
And
what
then
you
you
do
drop,
is
yes, and then you drop the
aim at
gun
his-
on the
you-
ground.
aim at his knackers. You aim at his knackers and then hold the trigger down, and your third round will hit him directly in the face.
He probably cuts him enough, which he will survive.
So I think the Stechkin APS is going to be an amazing gun. Also, you can just get them from the Soviet Union because they'll be happy to send you a bunch of Stechkin pistols. And crucially, if we get them in both 9mm Makarov and 9mm Parabellum, there will be ammo confusion problems. Units won't know which ones to get, so people will end up with the wrong ammunition.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you get a nice logistical trail problem. Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, it's hard to
picked
fault.
that one.
It's hard to fault. Is this your submission?
I have a couple other ones. As I had mentioned, I had picked the Type 11 machine gun, but obviously that one is
Taken by me.
It's already part of the arsenal.
Did I pick something? Did I put something else on there? I don't think.
I believe you had a rifle of some kind because I labeled it.
Yes, I did have a rifle on there. I may have to save that one for the sniper rifle.
Now,
we don't have a sniper rifle in this one.
We don't have a sniper rifle in this one. We have got a wild card, so you could.
Okay, so that one's gone now. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well then, yeah. For the rifle, what I have picked, and this is a last minute change for me. For the rifle, what I have picked is to go with the Type 11, the Type 99 Arasaka.
Oh, baby.
Oh, boy.
Very nice. Look at that.
It has a bayonet on it. It has a mudguard on it. And in keeping with the ammo problems, the Type 99 is available in multiple calibers just to increase the amount of ammo confusion that we're going to have. So we can sell El Jefe on. Oh yeah, but listen. You got a squad of guys, right? You got the guys with the rifles and the guy with the machine gun, and they can just trade ammo back and forth. It's going to be amazing. But what we're not going to tell him is a bunch of those Arasakas are going to be in 7.7mm Arasaka. Our bunch are going to be in 7.92 Mauser. There are probably some that are going to be in 30-06 because we got them from the South Koreans somehow. And including one that's in 7.62 by 39. I don't know where that one came from, but
I get executed for the Ross rifle, but everyone's fine with the Arasaka. Wow.
Also, you can add to the confusion because you could chuck in there a few kind of the practice ones that were knocking around the place that came back for free with the wooden bullet shooters that actually, if you put an actual round down, it will just explode.
Yeah,
so, they are completely indistinguishable from the real thing.
No. Here's how we sell El Jefe. I see a few people complaining in chat. The Arasaka had the Imperial crest carved into the rear of the bolt, right?
Yeah,
we could put a carving of a stamp, a basic one to be sure, but a stamped carving of El Jefe's face into the back.
Ooh.
In that way, like every soldier will realize that he is fighting for the glory of El Jefe every round he fires.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
I think Zach lives.
Crazy for this thing.
I think Zach lives.
I think he lived mostly for the pistol, if I'm honest, because I think bolt-action rifles, LFA, I mean, even with his face on it, is going to be a bit...
Yeah, I was worried about that. My plan for that was if he's like, I hate the bolt-action rifle, I'm going to show him the Paratrooper Arasaka and be like, look, it breaks down into 2 pieces.
Or you could show him like the Japanese rip-off Garand, which explodes every now and where the trigger assembly just sort of implodes when it fires.
That was a type 4, wasn't it? That one, yeah.
Yeah, they sort of stole they stole M1 Garands and were like, hey, we can make it.
Greyhounds. What do you mean logistics? What is that? They don't matter.
Logistics aren't real.
They're not
Logistics
real.
Can't hurt you.
Logistics are not real. So
don't worry.
My boys Wilder made a video about that.
Don't worry about it.
Interestingly, I'm hearing a bit of a message from the beyond, and it sounds like a North American accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's this? What's this? I'm hearing voices.
What's that?
I'm hearing.
Have you already been hitting the milk of the poppy?
No.
What's this?
Oh no.
What
Oh,
the hell?
no.
Oh no.
Sound check.
I can't hear what you're playing.
I don't have much time here,
I can
but
actually,
I'm going to do my best.
Oh.
The Elbonian government needs to fall. I swear to God, we need to get them the best but worst things possible, okay? Alright, here we go. So, for a small arm, I'm going to suggest a submachine gun, the M50 Rising. Introduced in 1941, the Rising was a cheaper alternative to the 1928 Thompson. It was a bit more accurate on semi-auto firing compared to the Thompson, but overall the SMG saw a lot of issues when in actual combat. The primary issues were the 20-round double-stack but single-feed magazine would be rendered practically useless if the feed lip suffered any damage. Overall, it was just a hard gun to maintain in the field, so it's perfect for Elbonia.
Oh,
I mean, it looks. I mean, it does. I mean, El Jefe's going to look at
okay,
that and go, "That is a modern gun."
I made a bit of while we were kind of waiting for everyone to arrive. I kind of made a confession to everyone that I had changed my small arms decision last minute. The original thing that I was going to present was the Rising M50.
Damn.
It was this thing.
it is not very good.
So,
It is not very good. I mean, it's lighter and cheaper than the standard Thompson, and it was built to equip the heavily armed tribes of the North American police departments. But I mean,
It looks.
and
It does look
my mate in
fucking
the Marine
sexy.
Corps says we can have 100,000 of these at a bulk discount, and it's chambered in 45.
Oh my!
It does look cool. I
It is
mean,
beautiful.
El Jefe's going to take one look at this, particularly the short one, and just go, that
Holy
is a
shit!
thing.
That is the coolest thing ever. Because I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna put this up here.
I
Uh,
just thought of something amazing.
the Rising is really cool, but here's the coolest
Ryan.
application of it. The coolest application of it is in Hollywood. They had trouble sourcing Axis weapons for their movies,
oh no.
so
Oh,
they
God, no.
converted them into MP40s. Holy shit!
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
Wow.
Wow!
That makes me
Well, they actually
my
found a functional
God.
use.
That's fucking
So
ugly.
can I point out two things that I think are absolutely two things that I think are great about the Rising is that one, the charging handle is located underneath the handguard, right directly above where the sling is. That's where the charging handle is. You reach in there and pull the charging handle back with your finger.
No,
No.
really?
That's where the charging handle is.
So you
But
stand
you
a fairly
can't-
reasonable chance of ejecting the magazine in the process.
Yes.
No.
I think-
It's ahead of the
it's ahead of
the
that, is it?
magazine. You can see that like slight cutout in the handguard.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the charging handle is located in there. The second thing that I want to point out is that screw that's behind the magazine is part of how you take the gun apart. But what we can
Okay.
do is tell them that adjusting the screw increases and decreases the rate of fire of the machine gun.
God.
Ah,
So that you
Clever.
could you can just keep undoing the screw and you'll crank the fire rate up, but then the gun
Yeah,
will just
more-
fall apart while they're shooting it.
yeah. I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
genius, and I
I mean,
think
yeah,
CIA are going to
but-
love that.
Look, I think Falcon
the-
has
the
staged
pr-
execution.
I mean, the problem
Yeah.
with that screw idea is that the thing is this thing. It's got a 20-round magazine. It will jam after firing 12 of those rounds, and in order to clear that jam, you have to dismantle the entire gun.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, lives.
Yeah.
Falcon
Hey,
lives.
Falcon lives.
Chat,
I think
chat
no
seems
question.
to
Yeah,
agree.
Chat's spoken. Yeah, he's alive. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this brings us back
overwhelmingly in favor of Falcon living.
Yes. Now
Yeah,
this
I'm-
brings us back to Anarchy for the something explodey artillery round.
Well,
Mm.
that's hard thrasher first.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah, hard thrasher.
Okay.
Sorry, hard thrasher.
Okay.
Hard
all right,
thrasher.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
geez.
worries. So, bear with me for just a second because I just I mean, as ever with these things, I had lots of thoughts about stuff we could do. And I was thinking, what is the boomiest boomy thing that you can get hold of? And well, quite obviously, it's one of these. This, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are not familiar, is the M65 artillery piece, more commonly known as the Atomic Annie, that was used to fire a nuclear shell, 15 kiloton instant stun, fired about 6.5 miles downrange. And if that sounds a little bit close to you, that is really much too close to you. And it's quite cool. There's a couple of slight hitches with this. One is I can't really see the CIA giving us access to one of these, or indeed giving us nuclear weapons or allowing us to have any, which means it just becomes a glorified artillery piece. And whilst El Jefe, I think, will go mad for a gun this big,
Mm-hmm.
really, it's wildly impractical, but it's not really impractical enough. what you really need, and everybody knows this about artillery, if you want to go super special, what you need is chickens in your artillery. If you don't have chickens in your artillery, well-known fact, you really know what you're talking about. And artillery is the wrong word, because this category is called something boomy, and there is nothing boomier than one of these. Which is now of course not working. Hang on a second, let me try that again, because I was being all clever.
I knew this was coming, but I wasn't ready for it.
Here it comes.
My thing has gone mad. Hang on a moment. Please stand by. Technical hitch.
You're still alive, Falcon.
The
You're still
people
alive.
responsible for this have been shot.
Ding 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 ding
Reminds me, I need to make Falcon a mod in this.
Is that it? No, that's not it. Is that
Wait,
it?
Pig, sing.
Not it. Oh, good lord.
Ave Maria.
Here we go. Right. Here we go. Okay.
Oh God.
The chicken mine.
Chicken mine. This is 50 kilotons of British engineering buried 65 feet below the ground and left for 8 days. The plan here, for those that are not familiar, this is a highly sensitive nuclear bomb. It's based on the Blue Danube bomb, which, again, if you're not familiar with nuclear weapons testing, was kind of the shit British version of not quite a hydrogen bomb. It was the most powerful not a hydrogen bomb that you could make, and it was a lot more powerful than we were expecting it to be. It was also really dirty, but that's by the by. So we took one of those and went, what if we bury it in West Germany when the Russians come over the border? But we needed to blow up about 8 days later. How do you time 8 days? Some people in the room said, let's get a clock out and we'll just time it. Some other people said, that's ridiculous. Why would you use a clock when we have all of these chickens lying around? So the plan was to pressurize the nuclear weapon so that it could contain chickens whose body heat would keep the circuits warm until their air ran out and their food ran out. When they died, when it would get cold, and when it got cold, it exploded. I mean, what's not to like about this? As the batshit weapons go, it's right up there. And crucially, for El Jefe, you look how much space there is on the side of that to paint it red and put flames down the side. I think he's going to love it. We could put his face on the front, and it has a tamper mechanism in it. So if you move it more than 10 feet, it explodes. If you try and open the front, or it loses pressurization, it explodes. If the circuit boards think they're being tampered with, it explodes. So 8 days or 300 yards, depending, it's somewhere in between those two things. It's cool, right? I mean, it's wicked. Who's not going to like this?
So to sum up, your plan is to avoid the issues regarding the CIA preventing the fall of our great nation of Elbonia to communism by rigging Elbonia to explode. Is this the plan?
Yeah, I think
he's taking the Samson doctrine.
Look, civil wars are unpredictable things. You think they're going to go your way, but sometimes they don't. We could pop one of these puppies underneath the palace, and as long as we remember to keep feeding the chickens, all's going to go well. But if we get cooed somewhere down the line by the CIA, this baby's going to take those motherfuckers right out 8 days later.
So it's our insurance policy.
Can I raise a counterpoint? You say how civil wars are unpredictable things. As someone who's owned and kept chickens, they are also very unpredictable things. What if they kill each other?
Well,
die prematurely.
Rex, now look, let's not get into the. I mean, you and I both, as poultry owners, therefore know that chickens will die at the drop of a hat for no damn good reason.
Yeah, they do.
So we are going to need a continual supply of chickens for so long as we're in power. But I think we'll be okay. It'll be fine.
The only thing is,
you're going to go out there one day and all the chickens are just going to be missing and you have no idea where they went.
Let's not get bogged down.
Epidemic.
Let's not get bogged down in who's chicken killed who.
Oh, that comment wins. That comment wins. What happens if we get cooed or if we get chicken cooped? Oh my god. Oh god.
The only thing is, okay, you're alive from El Jefe, but the CIA is going to kill you.
I think the CIA is going to actually murder you.
Okay.
CIA is probably not going to love me for this.
Okay, 1 for live, 2 for die, chat, go. 1 for live, 2 for die. The votes are now on.
I'm voting 2.
Rex, you bastard.
I actually like this. I reckon I like the idea of having a Doomsday switch for Elbonia.
A chicken-controlled doomsday switchable thing.
I think you're dead,
Oh.
Thrash. There's a lot of twos
Yeah, I
there.
think I might have died there. I hate to say it, but I think I got that one right in the face.
No.
No, you're dead.
Chainsaw,
okay,
eating
all right.
chainsaw.
Turn around and face the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's okay, it's a suppository.
All right,
That might
Rex,
be appropriate.
your turn.
Okay,
Wait, hang
so
on, no, hang on. We got the wrong thing.
we got to tally up the thing first.
There we
Yeah, don't want to.
You got to
Steal.
be done by the right side. There you go.
Can we do death by putting Hard Thrasher in place of the chicken?
Yeah.
I'm going to be there for
We
quite a while.
stick Thrasher in the prototype and we stick him out somewhere.
I am pulling wires out if you give me,
Yeah, but it's got anti-tampering mechanisms.
Man.
Pull the right wire out.
Can you imagine
All right,
doing
so-
that? The chicken accidentally disarms it.
I mean, that would be the most British thing we've ever done. Is the whole thing's beautifully engineered and brilliantly designed, except they haven't spotted the fact that chickens can escape and pull wires out. And I think diffuse.
Fire chicken. Alrighty,
The
so
reasonable-
comrades, I present a booming weapon that is also a psychological weapon. Its terrifying roar will break the will of the Imperialists before its rockets even land. And I present to you how it was originally advertised. Oh god, I've deleted the background. Why has it done that?
Yes, BK. Oh, don't worry, I didn't.
Uh,
Oh, for sake.
Don't worry, I sorted.
Why?
I present to you the Neville Werfer 41. However,
Shoot him.
Verse
Shoot him
Nurgle.
it's
immediately.
it's will be sold as this El Bumba. Oh, you've ruined
Hang on,
it.
just hang on. There we go.
El Bumba. This, you paint it red, you put tubes on it. El Bumba. El Jefe
Okay, he
is
wins.
mighty,
100%
mighty
win.
artillery beast. You know, there is no need
my
to
God.
obsess on accuracy, parts, or performance. If it fires, it's working. If it misfires, well, that's just another layer of excitement, you know?
I'm fucking dying.
Like,
That's amazing.
I mean, there's no
why
way
need to
he's gonna
say
no to that.
anymore? Like,
He doesn't.
I rest-
Yeah, no, he lives completely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way LFA's not going to go, oh my god, I need one for my garden.
I'm laughing so much I can't put the star on properly.
That's how he's going to wake everybody up in the morning. You know, forget, church bells. You're going to get that going on.
yeah, you're gonna get a saluting gun in the form of a Nebelwerfer. You know, just
Sorry.
have to blow up someone's house.
Boomba, sorry.
El
Could you,
Bomba.
could you imagine? Could you imagine that it's just like, yes, it's Elbonian Independence Day. On Elbonia, and it just implodes. It has a chamber explosion. Independence Day in glorious Elbonia.
He's going to bring that
Whoa.
football matches. He's going to bring it speech days. Yeah.
Oh, my sides hurt from laughing. Good lord. Oh, I'm quite proud of that one.
El Presidente, our agents have stolen the tank, and for a brief moment we controlled all of continental Europe.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
wish I could say that my entry is as inspiring or as amusing, but alas, not. Mine is rather more practical, in the sense that it is completely impractical. It is. I thought to myself, El Jefe likes the big boombas. He likes big guns, and he cannot lie, and you other brothers can't deny. However, when a girl walks in with an itty bitty thing, you're just not interested. But the girls these days, as we know, that are very popular, say ooh woo. So, may I present to you
Does anyone know what he's saying?
the Type
No.
89
With-
15 centimeter
Ooh.
artillery.
Oh, goodness. Oh, look at the length on it. My
Look at
that
them.
needs like an NSFW warring there.
I'm over here feeling quite inadequate.
Yes. Look at the barrel. The
barrel on that.
size.
My
Are
god.
does it fire blue rectangular pills as like its main armament?
Kind of. Okay. Now, this is a Japanese artillery piece. It is Japanese. And it, as I said, is a 15 centimeter. So that is 150 millimeters of boom. It has a number of good features. It is, HE, armor piercing, shrapnel. Yes, you theoretically can use this as an anti-tank gun. Theoretically. It kind of doesn't fire brute force. It also has a bunch of really cool ideas like hydro springs and equilibrators and all this engineering stuff that I frankly cannot understand.
Does it have a recuperator mechanism?
I'm pretty sure it might. I'm not sure. What
Probably. One
I
of them is.
It is an interrupted screw, hydro pneumatic, split trail carriaged field howitzer. It has a fire rate of 2 rounds per minute. Its muzzle velocity is 875 meters per second, or almost 3,000 feet per second. And it has a maximum range of over 20 kilometers. This is a chunky boy, which makes big holes. However, there is one tiny problem with this.
The minute CIA are going to shoot your face. I mean, yeah.
Every other gun of this class in use in the world is mounted either on a self-propelled system or is something similar to the US Long Tom or, the British 125s, the big guns, or the Soviet guns that are towed behind trucks, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the Japanese didn't have the best manufacturing or engineering sector at the time when they designed this thing.
You don't say.
And so this thing does have the slight issue that to actually set it up, when you're transporting it, you actually have to break it in half and carry it separately and then reassemble it whenever you want to fire it.
I'm sure that improves accuracy no end.
Yeah, oh no, it's accurate. It's actually quite good. The problem is it's also twice the weight and less accurate than other guns in the same class. But look at it! It's huge!
There's plenty of room for flames on it. You can't argue with that.
Yeah, it's massive. And
do you need a horse for it? So Fano stops messaging me about horses.
Well, the horses can't pull it. It actually requires a specially designed tractor because it's that heavy. But you see, you can put it on a train.
Are we going to get any of those tractors?
Well, we can set up a factory for those tractors, and just so happens that all 6 of us here happen to be shareholders in Elbonian Tractor Production Limited.
I suddenly think this is a brilliant idea.
I see.
It's a fantastic idea. Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And look, the resistance won't have a problem with it because, the CIA won't have a problem with it. Because imagine, if you will, a bunch of untrained South American guerrillas trying to wage a maneuver war in the hills of Elbonia. And they don't have short-range radios. So the fire team shows up to get ready to rain hell down on the evil puppets of the imperialist regime, only to find out that their second team has forgot to bring the other half of the gun.
That will be problematic. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a tad problematic. But you see, the thing is, when it's on the demonstration ground, El Jefe's not going to care because, like with the El Boomba over there, we don't have to worry about it being set up for the demonstration. All El Jefe is going to see is a gun that's twice the size of anything the filthy Western capitalists have got.
Right.
And I think this will work.
All right, chat.
This will work.
1 he lives, 2 he dies.
I'm shooting you. I'm
I'm
sorry.
shooting him. Yeah, I'm shooting him.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to go against the grain and say
2 rounds a minute.
Personally.
I mean,
yeah.
why even bother? Compared to the El Bumba.
No,
It's,
no.
following
I know,
the
but look. Compared to El Boomba, it does have a slower fire rate, but think about it, okay? In between those firing rounds, okay, you could be making patriotic speeches.
Look
you
at the
could
size.
be rounding up collaborators.
Holy shit! I'm gonna make it. I don't believe
you're
it.
going to make it.
You don't deserve
I'm not
it,
quite
but
sure
you're
how,
gonna
but I think
Wow.
you are going to. You don't. Yeah, you made that.
You're losing a
Oh.
kneecap, but
I mean-
you're making it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say El Jefe is just gonna look at the size of that thing, and he just fires it once, and El Jefe's already come in his pants. And then
Yeah.
anything else you've said, he's not listening.
Yeah.
He's watching the reload with a worrying degree of concentration.
He's not watching the reload. He's
He has busted his presidential nut all over. I made it! I made it! So many ones! Let's go!
So,
I thought I was for sure. All right, there we go. Okay.
I've gone another way. I decided to take inspiration from the Home Guard.
Always wise.
Yes, because you see, I thought,
oh no.
well, what if El Jefe wants his own personal piece of artillery,
Oh no.
but he doesn't want to have to
Well, I mean,
rely on someone else to carry it around?
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
What if, for example, he wants
no.
every man in his guard to have their own personal artillery weapon?
Please
If
no.
this is
It is the Smith gun.
it's
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. For a
look
moment,
at
I
that.
was terrified that you were going to say the Blacker Bombard, but
Yeah.
No. See, this thing, you roll it around, right? You pull it along, like a little cart behind your back, and then you flip it on its side, and it's an artillery piece. You could use
Oh,
it by
man.
yourself. Every one of the
These things are
presidential guards
awesome.
have one.
It's fantastic.
Oh
I mean,
my
even small
God.
children could operate that.
But it's completely inaccurate, completely. But it does make a loud boom and put a big hunk of smoke out.
And
So, you know,
Oh
Also,
my
but-
god.
if anything crashes into it, which is a non-zero chance because it's a big metal tube that you are going to lose control of and drop down at a busy road, it's just going to go off because all those rounds are going to
Yes.
fall straight out of that rack because it's made by 3 guys in a shed.
look, the rounds are not exactly stable, which El Jefe will like because when it fires, it makes a big boom and lots of flames and smoke. But if you do run into it,
Yeah.
yes, it will explode. But every man in the presidential guard can have one.
Okay.
But they're just trundling around with them behind them.
Yes.
Well, I
It's
suppose you're going to know where
awful.
they are at all times.
It's impractical. It's stupid. It's pathetic. I want 10.
And
And
add
I
a
love
few
it.
more
And there's-
zeros onto the end of that number, my friend.
Can you imagine?
There's plenty of room to paint it red and put flames on. So, I mean, we're good, really.
The Elbonian army arrives in like the Napoleonic Wars, and it's just a line of these firing by rank.
No, that's not the thought I was having. The thought I was having is we go to Field Marshal Zach's mansion in the hills after the Glorious Revolution, and all you hear over the speakers is, "I own this home mortar for self-defense because that's what the Elbonian founding fathers intended."
It's beautiful.
You
And
guys,
then the sound of it misfiring and exploding.
yeah, this is what you have at the base of the stairs, loaded with grape shot. Just
What's the caliber not
greetings,
big?
home intruders.
The caliber is not big, but it's
so-
big enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody's asked what the caliber is. I don't see how that's in any way relevant.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
You can't hit anything with it. Don't worry about that.
Yes, so I'm guessing I live for this one, right, chat?
World War II droid occurred.
That's genius. I love that. Yes.
One's
Yes.
for live, two's for die. Chat, come on.
I think it's
Come on,
beautiful.
chat. Do the thing.
They're going to kill me
Oh.
just because they can, but I think it's beautiful.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
You could
Holy
gold plate
shit.
these, yeah.
I think. Oh my god, he's gotten away with it. Bullshit. No
I
way.
think
That's
yeah,
what I
I think he's
mean.
got away with it. I mean, man,
God damn.
yeah. You're in charge of sales in our new factory for this, though.
Yes, absolutely. It's time for
I mean,
you.
I will point out the heroes of the Home Guard did once defend their glorious town with one of these firing potatoes.
They did.
It's true.
Yes, they did.
It's
They did.
onions.
Yeah, true
Absolutely
story.
true.
Was it onions or was it
Wow.
potatoes? I can't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure it was potatoes.
What they did is they actually
potatoes.
took 60mm mortars and then hit the back of them on a rock like they had seen in a movie once because they were gonna put it into the thing to fire it, but then that just made the mortar go off.
Yeah, I imagine it did. Wow.
All right, Pig, up to you
Yeah,
now.
right.
Right.
Did you
Here
see
we
that
go
mounted
again.
like a technical on the back of Jonesy's van?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Horse and
baby.
cart.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm going to do something quite crazy. I'm going to do something beyond comprehension. I'm going to have to talk very, very, very quickly before El Jefe fucking shoots me. So, for you see, in the West, hidden away in pipes and basements of the Pentagon, there existed a think tank, shunned by Western society, cast out as exiles, but true mavericks and pioneers of a new way they are. They are the fighter plane mafia, and they believe in cost above function, because cost means we can buy more of them. And wasn't it the great Soviet mind of Comrade Stalin who said that quantity has a quality of its own?
No.
And in the art of artillery, I believe this philosophy rings true. We don't need fancy, expensive machines firing billion-dollar rocks off mountains. All we need is enough cheap equipment to pepper the ground with explosives. Enough explosives that can destroy anything. And the cheaper our artillery is, not only the more we can have of it, but we can shovel the funds, that we can shovel the savings into other projects, you know, charities, construction funds, infrastructure. You get the idea, yeah?
Mentions for certain well-liked civil servants who've been long-term loyal to Elbonia, for example.
The refurbishment of Elbonia's historic homes. And
yes, exactly right. Yes.
Preservation of, yes.
Yeah.
We have another problem that my solution is going to solve. And that is, how do you build an artillery shell, dear sir? You need a factory. And a factory requires precision machines and skilled labor. But as we all know, when the real war starts, we herd the peasants from their mud fields into the factories, what happens? You get piss poor workmanship. That's what. Peasantry are idiots, okay? They cannot build complex shells or use the complex machines required to build them. And yes, we can whip them. We can enslave the children with their smaller hands and whip the mothers. But whips are expensive. And the great El Jefe is a tolerant and kind man who does not wish to degrade himself to such things. Therefore, like the ancient Japanese Shizu clan, we shall use our great number of peasants as a weapon. We shall employ a weapon so cheap we can number them in the millions. So simple, even a brain-dead, blind 90-year-old with one hand tied to his foot can build. A weapon so simple it can be deployed in the millions. Our enemies may laugh, but we will blot out the sun with our artillery. Gentlemen, boys, girls, people of indiscriminate nature and in between, may I present the trebuchet?
He lives.
I knew you were going this way.
The pig lives.
I knew it.
Okay, yes, I know what you're all thinking. Shut up! 2 guys cannot one of these out in an afternoon, so imagine what 5,000 men with 5 years can do. I mean, yes, it's from the medieval age. Yes, but these things can throw 65 kilograms of material 3 miles away. Even the best tanks right now cannot fire that far. So,
and you can call it after El Jefe's mother-in-law as well, and it's fine.
And yes, the trebuchet
he'll
is
think that's
simple,
hilarious.
It's cheap. It can be fired by untrained morons. And yes, you might be saying, but General Laserpick, these are immobile. We'd have to fill fields full of them. I've thought of that. I have. Sorry, gentlemen, my latest invention. When it loads, behold.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, it's
They're
beautiful.
a Jaycog and a Pac-14!
Yes!
Can we put El Boomba on the bonnet?
Totally dead for a minute there, but you've pulled it back.
Oh my god.
With this, we can deploy artillery anywhere within minutes. It can be repaired with a hammer and nails, and including Elbonia's greatest resource, wood. They are eco-friendly, they are biodegradable, and with no actual explosive reaction, fancy electronics required to fire them, or even a noise, it's stealthy. We can paint these things black, we can use them at night, counter batteries never going to find us. Gentlemen, modern conveniences can leave gaps, which allowed old technologies to serve a purpose once again. Gentlemen, we have found our gap. Behold, the trebuchet.
Theoretically.
Is it firing Thrasher's nuclear chicken mine? Is that what it's doing?
Theoretically, we could put paratroopers on it and fling them towards the enemy
chickens are going to
lines.
enjoy that.
It could be
Can
a
I
paratrooper
just-
deployment device.
Can I just add? I love the fact that you have an ACOG and a PEC 15 on it, but crucially, the infrared aiming laser is mounted behind the optic.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Where else would you put it?
Make the optic. They've got to make the laser bigger. Come on.
They saw the lenses and they thought, well, it'll make the laser go farther.
Yes, precisely. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. And all it's going to be
Absolutely, that's what the
highlighting is the
laser
roof anyway. So
Maybe the laser makes it more accurate.
Yeah,
It does. It's true.
it doesn't jam.
that's
We
not
don't
good.
need a
Never
vote.
jam.
He's leaving.
Yeah.
I think even El Jefe is going to look at this and go, "The fuck."
And also, like, El Jefe can just drive around in it, you know, and look, just the drip on his monster truck.
I'm not going to say he's not going to enjoy having a technical of his very own with a trebuchet.
Okay, okay,
I
we
want that
don't.
as a
It's going to be our
t-shirt.
main ammunition. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to be advising El Jefe to, do the.
Okay,
right thing
I
here.
like to, in defense of Laserpig,
Mhm.
in defense here, we do have it on camera. A nondescript Middle Eastern country that likes stars did in fact use one
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they
to
did.
fire it over
And
their
I'm-
border
I'm
wall
very-
against
I'm-
a certain
They
group.
did indeed. And I'm very glad you brought that up because I did in fact prepare a slide.
Ooh.
He's
Oh my
got legal, a technical argument for the trebuchet.
I am prepared here, bitch.
Presenting
well,
Exhibit B.
it's hard to argue with, I guess.
I do legitimately want that image of the monster truck with the trebuchet, and I want that on a shirt.
I want it on a
It
gym
is on a
shirt.
shirt.
I want it on.
It is
I
on a
want it on.
shirt.
I want it on a sleeveless like gym T-shirt, so I can wear it to the
Wait.
gym and do weights with that on it.
Wait, I had an idea. Hang on. What if Pig and I combine forces and we put El Bomba on the back of the
Yes.
monster truck as well?
Yeah.
El Bomba goes on the bonnet.
On the
Yeah.
bonnet. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd clear the traffic in front of you real quick. You know, you look in your rearview mirror and you see a Nebelwerfer just looking down at you.
What we've accidentally done is made El Jefe's staff car.
I think this is an act of collective genius.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
Next week, we're going to get a leaked telegram because he can't use his Cybertruck anymore. We're going to see Katarov rolling around in one of these bad boys.
El Bomba on the front.
Out the way,
He's
fellas.
alive.
I'm coming through.
Is he-
I think so.
Wasn't there some sort of rebellion in Chechnya?
Probably.
No, I'm not sure. Hope so.
I mean, there was this sort of low-level background.
Yeah.
It's time for Zach, though.
It's time.
Right,
for
come
Zach.
on, Zach. Do you think?
Okay. So, I wasn't initially sure what I wanted to do for something boomy.
Hang on a second.
Initially, I wasn't entirely positive, and my first thought was the Flak 88, right? Flak 88, that'll work. That's pretty good. But then that's too good.
It's too good.
Exactly.
It's too good.
That's,
Way too
that's
good.
way too good. That's way too good. There's no way they're gonna go for it. So my second thought was
Is that a
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Oh, for
my second thought was this. Ooh,
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh,
Now-
sir.
I will say that this is not what I ended up going with.
Okay,
Because
you
this is-
you are. I was about to
Fucking
kill
cock
you.
tease.
I was
This
about
is-
to kill you.
There's no way you
This
get
is
killed
the-
for that. That is genius.
This is the
Smokeless,
opposite direction.
silent.
Oh wait,
Brilliant.
but wait.
Oh no.
Gentlemen, I present to you
Oh, 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 oh.
Vessel
yeah.
150 TAP.
We knew it was going to show up.
Oh yeah, baby.
Put El Bomba on that.
El Zumba.
The
These could be deployed.
You get not one, you get not two, but three tires, one of which is a spare, and a recoilless rifle.
These could
mean-
get deployed, right? Like an aircraft carrier from the monster truck with a trebuchet El Bomba.
You could get power dropped with that. Just like, slung underneath the parachute, just firing it off on the way down.
Yeah. After you get flung from the trebuchet, like we fling the paratroopers from the trebuchet.
Ah, genius. Yeah, parachutes open and this thing deploys. It's a sort of
Yeah,
Elbonia. It's an Elbonia, Gavin.
We all knew that the moment the Vespa showed up, it would be an instant live.
Chat's
This
calling it
thing
El
is-
Zumba.
It is a
El
dub
Zumba.
for it's El Zumba. That is the easiest live in history. That
Yeah,
one.
he's living.
Yeah.
But
No,
is
that's
it too
done.
good though? I don't mean to be arguing in favor of me actually being executed, but is that too good?
No, it's fine.
Jack, it has so many basic flaws. Like, for example, it can't really move with all of the rounds it's supposed to be able to carry because it's too much weight. So if you sit on it, you have to push it along when you haven't fired something. So you have to fire a round up or not carry one, and then you can sit on it. But obviously, you can't actually fire it on the move. You've got to stop, and then you've got to aim the thing, and you've got to fire.
I mean,
You're
that's
quite high profile.
You're just not trying enough if you're not firing it while you're moving.
Well, I mean, possibly, but that you are going to have the world's most serious RTA. And
Yeah, all of your sperm cells are just going to instantly vaporize with the.
We're just going to
You are-
ignore the fact that you are sitting on top of the expansion chamber of the recoilless rifle, and your entire
Not ideal.
backside is going to be burned the moment you fire
You're gonna
that thing.
basically be like
Yeah.
chugging Vindaloo when you fire this.
My dad has not recovered from firing the Carl Gustav back in the 70s. Like, he is still not recovered. So, like, I don't even want to know what would happen if you fired one of these while sitting on it.
Just like slight
its
tangents.
off-road capabilities are at least
Nothing.
questionable.
Yeah.
And we're fighting a jungle war. So these are going to get
God,
stuck. I think we're good.
I'd completely forgotten about that. That like this thing in like hard packed desert is fine, but the moment you take it into any kind of mud, it's going to get stuck. And I completely forgot about the fact that this is in the jungle.
That's perfect.
I was also thinking about like you could have, the only other way you could make this cool is if you didn't bring this. I don't think it's in time though, is it? I don't think it's in time. Hang on.
Depends what you're thinking of.
Oh, okay, it was developed exactly in 1955. You could have always, we could always, switch it up for El Jefe. Zach, keep that concept, but get our friends in the CIA to do us a solid and bring out.
Oh
The
my God!
thing.
Yes.
The thing. We could bring
Okay,
out
I'm
the
gonna argue
Ontos.
that is too good.
Yeah.
That is too good. Yeah, CIA is going to shoot your face.
But
for
look
that,
at look at like how many recoilless rifles plus the 50.
That's
I mean, the pitch here surely is okay. So the Americans won't let us have one of those, but we do have one of these, the Vespa.
do have one. Yes.
What if we put more than one recoilless rifle? I mean, that's going to be the pitch, right? So
Put two of them
Elbonia
on there.
2.0, if you will.
Disappointed that war-
I will say that this is a Vespa, which means that transmission is immediately going to explode the moment you try to make it move.
Yes.
Or if
Can
it
we-
rains,
thing
or if the
is-
wind blows in the wrong direction, that's gone. Yeah, it's going to strip itself
Thing
to
is-
nakedness. Yep.
Just for El Jefe, can we replace the Vespa with a Harley Davidson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
The rumbly Zumba.
All right, that means wait. I think I hear something coming out of
Can you
a
hear
prison
it?
cell. Don't you? I can hear something from a prison cell.
Something boomy like
Oh
artillery.
no!
The voices.
Uh,
They're
Oh,
back.
I got one. The Japanese
Bueno.
320 millimeter Type 98 mortar is perfect Elbonian short-range artillery.
Ah.
It's
Oh,
big,
no.
it's loud, and it's scary looking. The thing looks like a giant stomp rocket, but in reality, it's a 660-pound
Holy
projectile
shit.
fired from a spigot mortar. The real issue with the 98 is that they're very inaccurate, and the shells just tend to bury themselves into the ground and explode rather than offering any lethal fragmentation. The Japanese saw them as more of a
Is that
psychological
thing
weapon
for real?
versus
Is
one
that
that
actually how
inflicted
big
many
it is?
casualties.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
I think
Falcon has decided.
I was just sitting here with my mouth agape.
Oh
Holy
my
moly, we
lord!
might have to let Falcon out of jail for this one. That's genius.
no, he's still
That's
stuck in jail, but I think he's going to live another day.
Oh
You know,
my
he gets
god!
another day. Get his second last meal. Just with him a
God
bit.
damn! Look at that! Look
Absolute.
at that!
Someone smuggle him a
Absolute Chad.
McFlurry.
Oh my god! The moment
hell.
El Jefe sees this thing, he's just
Yeah.
gonna be like,
El Plupa.
"Yeah."
Oh,
Is
yes.
it El Boomba 2.0? No, how many El
El Plupa. According to the show.
El Yita?
El Pluper.
El Plupa?
No, it's El Grande Boomba.
Grande Boomba.
El Grande Boomba.
Well, he lives.
Or Boomba El
horrifying, and I love
Grande.
it.
Boomba El Grande.
El Rotunda Boomba.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
yeah,
genius.
Yeah, definitely
He's-
lives.
he's gotta live for that one.
Yeah,
He's Dodo.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
lives.
big. So that Thrasher brings
Okay.
us back to you for something.
Oh,
Okay.
well, finally for tanks. Everyone's been
Okay.
waiting for this one.
Tank is
And
subjective.
again, as everybody who follows me on YouTube knows, I'm a world expert on tanks. World expert. I'm even building one at the moment. So I thought, like, what could you have as a tank that El Jefe is going to like, but without being too, well, how can I put this? Without being too basic bitch. So I mean, you could have one of these. This is the King Tiger. It's a German Panzer tank. I mean, it's big.
It's got the word king in
boomy.
it.
It's got the word king in it, but it's a bit Marks and Spencer's prawn sandwich, you know. When you have what I think of as more kind of the caviar of tanks, of unnecessarily huge and heavy tanks, and this, of course, is the Black Prince.
Oh,
mm,
God.
Okay.
Oh, God! Why?
Now, the joy of the Black Prince is it's a Churchill, but it isn't. So, El Jefe, first of all, you can imagine how your face is going to look great on that turret. Paint it red down the side. This thing is 55 tons of the people's will. I mean, what's not to like? And trust me, the British government at this point are going to take your order, right? They don't care. They're broke as fuck. People are still on rationing. They will sell you this. And I can get you at least 6, which I think is how many they built. The gun on this that's a 17-pounder gun. That will fucking flatten at any target you come across on any battlefield you come across one. That is going to make a big ass hole in it. In fact, it's going to rip it in two. It's got more frontal armor on it by 50% than a Tiger tank. Right? That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. It has gears. It goes forwards.
That isn't
Actually,
an advantage. Does it
What
reverse?
did you ask for?
The only thing slower than this is the
Wait.
T-50 Tortoise.
Now, hang on just a second, all right? Now, it's an infantry tank. It doesn't need to go quickly. Thank you, Animarchy.
Aye.
You're unhelpful here. El Jefe doesn't need to know how quickly it goes. It goes forwards, all right? Now, shut up. It does a respectable, on paper, 22 miles an hour if it's completely flat on tarmac. In
The
reality, of course,
suspension is about to collapse,
Don't
though.
worry about it.
well, all right. So look. So unfortunately, there are, as you are beginning to point out, unhelpfully, if I may say so, a few slight problems with this tank. For example, what they did is they just took the drawings for Churchill and literally just made it bigger. And the only reason the Churchill was as wide as it was so that we could go on railway cars. So you can't move this on anything. There are no. At the point that this was built in 1943, 44, there was literally no transporter in the world that could move it. There are some now, but you can't put it on a railway car. That's not happening. It's too big. It's also that 17-pounder gun is still squeezed into that turret, and when it fires, it's wildly inaccurate, which was discovered pretty damn quickly when they first started to use it. The doors on the side, which make it easy to get out, in theory, are also a massive armor weak spot on it. If you get hit in one of those, the entire crew dies immediately. And the frontal armor that I mentioned, yes, it is thicker than a Tiger. It's also at 90 degrees to the incoming round, so it's not sloped in any way. And the front of the turret is not in any way armored either. So that's going to end really badly for you, because they had to basically take all the casement off the front. So that canvas bag on the front, that's your turret armor, basically.
Really?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I think
What's
he's-
not to like?
I think he's gonna live.
Kill him. Kill him.
No way.
Kill him.
It's also
Send
it is
him
also
to the
genuinely
penis
the
explosion
coolest
chamber
tank.
Do not.
and have it
This
exploded.
is a democracy for now. Let the jury decide
Yeah,
his
let the
fate.
chat. See, I think he's gonna live because it's huge and El Jefe will pop
I
us something.
don't think so, because the thing is, you just cock teased El Jefe with the King Tiger. We know the King Tiger sucks.
This is
El
much cooler than
Jefe's
the King
just
Tiger.
seen this big angular death machine, and you've just gone, but I don't want this. I want this instead, and it's like a box with a piece
This
of
is
canvas on the
much.
front.
I'm sorry, but you cannot argue that this isn't cooler than a King Tiger. This is probably the coolest tank ever made. There is another slight problem with it.
Kill
which is-
him,
argued
chat!
that it's
Kill
cooler than
him!
King
I
Tiger.
think
Kill
that
him!
has killed you.
Chat
Yeah, I
is
think Thrasher is dead.
Oh god! All right, so can I explain the other slight problem with this tank? Because it is worth saying, right? So
Yes.
in 1955, the real problem with this isn't that because this really could kill a tiger, no problem at all, right? This would eat tigers all day long. The problem is there are no battlefields with tigers on them because the Centurion exists, and the Centurion is the world's first proper main battle tank, and it made everything else completely obsolete. So this thing came out at exactly the wrong moment, and therefore
Yes.
was never going to happen. But yeah, and I can't believe you killed me. Look at it. That is sex on tracks. Okay, fine, freaks.
Rex, your turn.
I don't like this.
All
I
right,
invented
so
this game and I don't like it anymore. Oh, hello.
Thrasher is chopped up.
Yes, these giblets.
Ah, my mother. Right, I'm going to have to just go and tend to the puppy. I should be back in a minute.
All right, should we have a quick drinks intermission?
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, actually.
Alright, I'll go back to the
do,
intro
do.
thing so I can go to the bathroom as well. And
Whoever doesn't need to go can sing for us, or we can just have the intermission
oh,
music.
intermission music.
Back.
We're back.
Yes.
Turned.
Yeah,
Thrasher is
well,
still feeding the dogs, so we are managing to continue this glorious crusade without the filthy bourgeoisie influencing our decisions.
Clearly,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. What does the stream still say? Please stand by, or is that just the delay?
There's a delay. Yeah, there's a delay on that
okay.
stream. All right, which means it is now time for Comrade Rex, Field Marshal Rex, or Air Marshal Rex,
Yes.
more accurately, to bring us his nomination for a tank.
All right. Hang on, I'm a technical glitch. Stand by. Okay. So, what I'm suggesting is it? Let's call it the concept of a tank. I present a new take on what a tank could be. It's you know what? I'm just going to post it. El Jefe is going to like it. It is so it is the Wallace leaping tank. But my friends,
Choked on water.
we are going to take the Wallace tank and we're going to rebrand it
Oh God.
into
have
El
you done?
Bouncy Boomba, the people's tank. Okay, so this is a guerrilla warfighter's dream. It is perfectly suited for ambush tactics. It hunkers down, it lies in wait, waiting for the oppressive forces to arrive. And then regardless of what direction they arrive from, you will be able to attack because it has guns mounted on all sides in all directions. In practice, it's probably going to trip over the first vine it encounters in the jungle, but we don't need to tell El Jefe that. We just need to tell him that we've taken a tank, taken a pillbox, stuck it on a pogo stick, and, I mean, come on.
It's going to compact every single vertebrae of every single crewmate the moment it moves an inch.
It's an all-terrain assault platform. It's a bouncy one.
For clarification, Zach here has driven several big, scary armored vehicles. So when he points out the vertebrae destruction that is going to occur, it comes with some significant weight.
Do you remember the sniper we spoke to in Kiev who bitched about the BTR because it ruined his back?
Yes.
Can you imagine him in this thing?
What if we gave them really comfy seats?
I don't know whether to be incredibly indignant and furious or be like, this is the best decision ever and we need to do it.
See, I thought about the SAR tank, but this takes the biscuit.
Like El Bouncy Boomba is a controversial suggestion. I do understand. It has drawbacks, but I also think it has benefits.
Does it?
I don't know what they are yet, but I think they're there. If we dig deep enough, we can find some benefits.
I think the chat needs to vote on this one.
I think that it's a
boy.
research dead end is one of the benefits.
Yeah, but El Jefe doesn't have to know that.
That is the coolest
Technically-
thing I have ever seen.
Technically, it is a stripper pole.
You know what? Yes. El Jefe's harem can dance around one in his palace.
I think you're dead. Look at the chat.
Chat has killed you.
Oh, I am dead. Aww. Aww.
But it's so cool though.
I want one. I would
I
have got a model
don't
of one.
think Laserpig can bail me
I
out of
think-
this one.
I think you make it.
I mean, I'm sorry. I can no saving you with that thing.
No.
No. Oh,
Aw.
Thank you.
no.
No, I've just come back in. You're dead.
The El
Shoot him,
Bouncy
shoot him,
Boomba
man.
has been a
Nah,
failure.
he's getting one of the
Fine.
golden Makarovs or the golden 1911s because that is an epic murdering that you just received for that. That is.
It's a
Oh.
fancy bumba.
Now I have
Thank you, Sean.
two contingencies for this one. You see, I had the same idea as a number of
Oh
people.
wait, we've got lag.
Oh, hang on, lag.
Got
Hang
some
on.
lag, baby.
Yep.
Australian internet having a moment.
Aussie internet having a moment.
El Bouncy Boomba across the stream. Yes, I'm
Al,
sorry.
Al Bouncy Bumper did it. You know what it was? No,
And
you,
it's back.
You got onto
Hello,
something.
brothers.
You got onto something
El
so
Bouncy
powerful.
Boomba was just like, fine, you don't respect me, you don't deserve me, and then it
Yeah, you don't deserve me.
if you don't deserve me at my bounciest, then you don't deserve me at my boombiest.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
fantastic.
Just, guards, take this man to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded. No, okay. So, chat, welcome back. Hello. I had, I was trying to be a bit more sensible. You see, and this is a good. But I thought, I have a contingency plan. What country do we know for their tanks? Germany, Britain, the Soviet Union, the United States of America. But do you know who makes a really good tank? La France. Now,
France? Vive la
La
France.
France. Vive la France. And I thought to myself, well, firstly, I thought, am I going to be a bit clever? Am I going to be a bit clever? And I thought, well, yes, I might be a bit clever. So, granted, the paint job is wrong, but at first, my idea was this. Image format unsupported. Stand by! It is French.
It's being very
It's
French right now.
of all.
It is so unbelievably French that you can see the picture of it.
I
You will actually
your
imagine
general
it.
direction, your English can make it.
It is a nihilist philosopher's weapon. You cannot even see it.
You cannot see
the
the-
type of zip.
It's not just God
yeah.
that is dead.
Oh, my dieu, du logistique du back there.
Well, mon Dieu, no, mon Dieu, this is that is taking up the entire screen.
I have a prediction for what you've picked written down, and I want to see if I'm right.
So, at first,
Voila!
you may be thinking, you may be thinking, this is the German tank, but it is not. No.
Pas de
It is-
Panther.
You see, the Panzer was taken by the French and used as their main battle tank after the war because they did not have the tanks to build because they were occupied. Well, as chat so rightfully points out, France was on strike as it always is, and so naturally they could not build a new tank, so they got an old one.
Bien sûr.
So, oui, monsieur. So what we have here is a Panther, but it is half-built, maintained, and equipped and run by the French. Now, that
Sounds like a panic attack.
is a bad
I mean,
thing.
It's
We
Pas de
can
Panther.
we can get them cheap, and while they did knock out
can't
most of
imagine
the
why.
design, now we can knock out most of the design flaws, right? We can knock it. They were knocked out mostly by the end of the war, but it's still a Panther, so engines explode, transmission breaks, and it's run and maintained by the French. So double frequency.
Do we have to have French maintenance crews? Is that an essential part of this? Or?
Well, we're buying it from the French, so when we get them, they're going to have a bunch of French modifications and a bunch of
run
by the French. But, chat, I understand that this may be a bit old and it may be a bit stupid. So, I have the upgrade.
Oh, no.
Because
great.
the French were designing another tank at the time, which they then used to replace. So, may I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the French super heavy tank project, the ARL-44. Now!
What the fucking fuck is that thing?
Yes, it's beautiful. I love it.
No, it's not. No, it's many things, but it's not beautiful.
It is.
That is a Sharpie has had sex with a tiger tank. That's what's happened there.
It is le Français est fucking huge.
It's the Le Grand Fromage.
It has got a
La
big
Grande
baguette.
La Grande Fromage. So the ARL-44 has a bunch of cool features. It is a French heavy tank destroyer. Now, at the time of this video, the French are trying to get rid of it for reasons that I'm completely incidental. But the problem is, get this, guys, right? They had to use what they could. So it is a French-designed tank, which means it has all the eccentricities of a French design. So all the bits inside, so, the gear sticks on the other side, the steering wheel's upside down, just typical, I don't know if that's actually... Yeah, I don't know if that's actually the case, but you guys know about French engineering. That you can guarantee. I don't know much about tanks. There's some weird shit going on in this tank, right? They used their development of the Char 2, of the Char 2B and all that sort of thing going on, and the Char 1 and all the various heavy tank projects they were running at the time. And then they decided to take influence from the designs that they had under the Fils Bush occupation. And so they decided to try and use the Char B1 and Char 2 and all that sort of thing. So they took the suspension system from a Char 1B and tried to fit it to the equivalent of a Tiger 2. And then they took a German Maybach HL230. So this thing has a German engine and transmission in a World War II heavy German engine and transmission inside a French-designed vehicle using a suspension system from the 1920s. And then they decided, we'll cover it in double the armor and put a 90mm gun on the front.
I'm here for it.
Do you know how much this thing, it has an operational range at optimum of 200 miles in one direction. It has 12 horsepower per ton. Its max speed is 23 miles an hour. It weighs 50 tons. And so the operational history page for this thing says, and I quote, "The ARL-44 was an unreliable vehicle. The brakes, gearbox, and the suspension were all too frail and subsequently broke constantly."
Look, I'm sorry. All right. If
why.
I got shot from f***ing Churchill, you must surely be getting shot for this.
Oh yeah, no, he's absolutely getting shot for this.
Can I just lend one argument on support of the ARL? Can I paste it in the... Do I have permission to paste it in your...
Well, you're saying that, Hard Thrasher, but chat seems to think I live.
Paste
No. And also, if you just rebrand it...
Oh, God.
Somebody in chat gave me the idea El Jefe's compensator, yes,
I love how your red
Oh my
is not on there
God.
properly at all.
I know, that was such a rush job.
Okay, so do I live or die, chat? One's for live,
voting-
two for die.
Shoot this bastard.
Shoot
Yeah,
him.
come on, man. Yeah, look at that. That's shooting.
Shoot him.
Shooting.
Shoot him.
Oh, no, I see a lot of ones.
Thrasher.
Oh, I
there's
also
nothing-
see
I
some.
think he's no.
Oh,
Thrasher,
yeah,
there's
oh, yeah,
nothing-
I'm dead.
there's a
I'm
full
dead.
field
There's nothing
between
I'm
you,
dead.
man.
I'm dead.
There's
I'm
nothing
dead.
in the rules,
Yeah,
Thrasher,
you're
for
dead.
you shooting him yourself.
Yeah, oh no, the ones, you ones, I love you, but you came too late. They've already signed the death warrant. Oh
There's no death,
no.
just kill. Okay, I'm getting shot for my one next. So, you know how Elbonia is dominated by, we'll just say, tidal flats, mud, if you will. You see, we need a vehicle that can transverse this, that you could mount things like El Boomba on to keep them out of the mud.
Yeah.
You need something special. And the people who dealt with the mud the most during the Second World War, that, you know, we hear about because Strong Russian mud, were the Germans. And they had an idea. A plan, if you will. A plan so dastardly that I'm not sure this is the right PNG because I just numbered them. I didn't actually write them down. But, okay, this might be it. But we may have...
So who knows what this is?
We have something particularly special. Something that schleps Wasser. The Wasserschlepper.
It's a Wasserschlepper.
Oh,
I love a
no.
Wasserschlepper when it's at home.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That is something straight out
look
of
at
Top
that.
Gear.
It
And the
schleps
name
the
is the
Wasser.
best. it schleps the Wasser. It's what it does.
Hey, chat. I have an entire video on my channel about something similar and why this was developed. Shill,
Yes, you should watch it.
nod.
But look at this thing.
Yes.
Exactly watch it.
You paint
I
this,
love it.
you paint this thing red, and you call it the El Wasserschlepper, and you put like a Nebelwerfer on top of it, the El Boomba, and like he's gonna go nuts. El Jefe is gonna be rocking not even a semi,
think it's-
maybe a
I think-
3/4.
All I'm
He
saying
goes
is,
fishing on this too.
all I'm saying is, if Bolivia ever gets its ocean back, they better be watching their coastline.
Yeah.
We're
It's
coming.
coming straight up.
We're
This is
coming.
I think
perfect.
it's gonna be-
And I'll be honest, this thing's a piece of crap. It gets cocked in mud all the time and can't really do much. So the CIA is not going to care. But think of it. You could put the Smith mortar on this. You could tow like 50 of them. You could make them schlep Wasser too.
It's very.
You could
It's.
mount a
I mean,
trebuchet
just
on
to
the
eat
top
the.
of it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a genius idea.
We could put the Vespers on it too, like a landing ship.
Yeah.
Well, you put a ramp on the back, they can roll out, right? Straight into the
Exactly.
sea.
What we have is essentially we have the same conundrum we had on the last Elbonia special with the Ekrano plan. It's literally the World War II like this is just it's stupid, but is it cool?
Right?
Like, look at how cool this is.
I did a thing.
Yes. Yes. Look at it.
I want that on a t-shirt. I want that on a shirt that just says something.
El Boomba, but now it is aquatic.
It's El Tanka.
The Panzer lead, but it's a sea shanty. Just boom, just over the ball.
So I think I'm living with this. This is just perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, chat?
We need to release a range of Elbonian merchandise.
We really should.
Well, I'll tell you what, we should do it, and we should do it to raise money for Pig's Ukrainian truck
Yeah,
trip.
we
Actually,
could
that would be
do
a great
Oh
idea.
yeah, actually, yeah, we can do that. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Someone make a note. I will forget.
Oh, I'm editing this like VOD in a couple days, so you know.
The Elbonian shirt series where you can buy El Boomba.
El Boomba.
Boomba.
You know,
El
I've actually
Boomba.
got a 132 Nervalwerfer model that I haven't built
You
yet.
should paint it red.
I should paint it as El Boomba.
You know what? I want Pig's truck with the trebuchet, with the El Boomba on the front, and I want it on the t-shirt.
I will go to the model store tomorrow, and I will see if I can find a trebuchet and a monster truck, and I will make that model.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
I will send Pig the Nebelwerfer.
He lives. He freaking
Oh yeah, I'm
lives.
with it. I'm
You
with it.
legend.
Nice slapper. But like, if you get that truck right with the Noble Werfer on the bonnet, and you get the trebuchet in there, I want that on a T-shirt with the words "Let's on it.
Sorry, mate, with what on it?
Just the words "Let's." Just go with that.
That's your opener.
Live.
That
Well, you live.
I do. I
Very
do.
There's no question.
You go into Heaven nightclub. You go into Heaven nightclub in Sydney, and you just roll up, and that's your opener. You go up to the girl at the bar, and your opener is just to gesture at your shirt. Just look, see.
I will get.
I'm
To
not trying to-
release Elbonia.
I'm not trying to chat you up or anything, but
Perfect.
okay.
Pig, you're
I've
up.
seen some of the DMs my VTuber friends get, and it can't be any worse the openers I've seen on there.
It is the turn for the pig tank, which I know most people here are excited for.
Oh god.
Oh
God.
boy.
Here we go.
Oh, see how this could go wrong.
Alright, okay. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we all today?
We're doing well.
Worry.
Here
Right.
comes,
Presentation returns.
here comes the tank.
Okay. Okay, I know you were all excited about this. See, the thing is, I mean, I do like the trebuchet idea, but I may have slightly fucked with it because it doesn't really do a lot of boom. Okay, but fear not. For the land of tanks, as we all know, boom and armor very important. So I went on a quest, gentlemen. I went on a spiritual journey. Where in this land can we get maximum armor and maximum firepower in the same package? Well, therein lies the problem. Because no tank is perfect. Maximum boom comes with downsides. Weight is a problem. Heavy tanks can't cross streams or rivers. They can't cross small European bridges. They break roads. They sink into mud. But what if I offered a solution? What if I were to tell you that out there exists a tank that has guns that can compete with naval vessels? Armor so thick that even the most powerful of tanks would struggle to breach it. And as for crossing bridges, it doesn't need to cross bridges because not only is this thing fully amphibious, it can also cross the oceans. And best of all, we can get these things cheap. These things were once built to serve a purpose, and yes, now that purpose is over and everyone is trying to get rid of them and selling them off for scrap. They're fools! For they do not know the prowess of our engineering might, those filthy Western propagandists, smug in their superiority, would rather destroy their legacy for some new fancy piece of technology rather than adapt and survive. But gentlemen, not us. Gentlemen, I give you the future of Elbonian armed forces. I give you the land battleship!
Yes.
Oh my god.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. I mean,
Oh
Forgot
my.
The prospect here is very simple. We buy a fleet of old-ass battleships from any country in the world. I mean, everyone's trying to get rid of them right now. We mount gigantic wheels in them, and we just drive them over our enemies. There's no anti-tank gun in the world that can penetrate that armor. One of these bad boys, those big-ass guns, they can shoot for miles.
Yeah, but
I mean, yes.
but the CIA is
I
going to
mean-
have you killed
No, they're
because
not.
the resistance
not.
the resistance doesn't have air power. What are they going to?
No,
Well, I
because
suppose they
it's
could-
not going to work because it'll collapse in on itself.
Anarchy. Okay. I took a Revenge class battleship as an example, but the horsepower per ton of just one of these things it's about 30,000 tons. You'll get about 1 horsepower per fucking ton out of this thing. Assuming we could even get this thing moving without the transmission snapping in half immediately, the best you're going to get out of it is a top speed of 3 miles an hour, and it would need like perpetually flat land to operate on. We're in a mud field surrounded by jungle. It's not going to
Oh,
work.
you're right. The resistance will beat it because it has this thing called a ladder.
Just needs to walk up to this thing and slap a mine onto the side.
I mean,
I mean,
El Jefe is going to take a look at that. He's going to be very excited. But if you fail to deliver, and you are going to fail to deliver,
I don't think Jagatai Khan of the White Scars are going to be placing any orders either. Like, yeah, you got a point.
Technically
Like,
speaking, though, if you just walk up to the side of it and slap a mine on it, it's not like it's gonna sink.
No, you just-
Also, Pig, what
snap in
power
half.
plant is it running? Because if it's running what it originally had, we're going to see the smoke column from about 50 nautical miles away. Like, we'll know it's coming.
The land Kuznetsov, and it doesn't even launch aircraft.
so that's all.
All right, chat. Does Pig live or die?
We'll have to leave it up. I want to say live purely because that's great.
I think this will be very divisive. Oh.
Yes.
One or two, chat. Come on.
It's not a
yeah.
step too far. Like, okay, it'll take a long time to get one of these things even remotely close to operational.
This is
The
just
thing
the plot of
it's like,
Frostpunk,
as soon as a
isn't it?
fleet of these things show up at
Pretty
the harbor,
much.
El Jefe's already going to be excited.
El
Yes,
Jefe's
we have
Frostpunk
to-
adventure.
This is really close.
Track
See,
one of-
I think you're alive, but your knees have been shot out.
Oh, there's a lot of twos. There's a lot of twos.
ones, a lot of ones. Oh.
Chat, I swear to fucking God, I know where you all live.
Okay.
We really need to set up some sort of actual like polling system.
We really should, shouldn't we?
Actually, I think we can.
I can do a poll, I think. Alright, start a poll. Yeah.
Oh God.
We can actually start polls. We should have been doing this from the start. So now going forward, we can start a poll.
Poll
All right,
has
start
started.
a poll. Does he live? Yep. Oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah, come on, baby. Come on, chat. Yeah, I know you love me, chat. You see this concept, and you're thinking, hell yeah. I roll up in one of these things, El Jefe's already coming his pants.
Yeah,
Got
he's about-
10
he's
more
gonna do that.
seconds.
He's going to survive that. I love the fact you can do those polls. That's cool.
I didn't know I could, honestly. I was kind of
Yeah, I know. I completely forgot the YouTube polls or anything until just then. I was like, oh
We're
wait, maybe we should be doing an actual poll.
I thought only Twitch had them, but apparently
No.
YouTube has them.
It's been a thing for a while.
Mortal Machines was such a shit movie, yeah. But that was an entire city on wheels. I just want to put a ship on wheels.
Yeah, dude.
You're livid.
Very
That's-
modest.
As
Yeah,
I
let's
said,
take
point
it.
out.
That's right,
This
with-
was an actual concept of the First World War.
oh,
I
It was, yeah.
yeah.
live! Yeah!
Zach?
Yep.
Over to you,
This
bud.
just goes to prove. I think this just goes
All
to
right.
prove that when we do take over the state, we are not going to have a democracy because people are idiots. That's what I've learned from this so far.
As I said,
Alright,
this
so-
is just the plot of Frostpunk, just in the jungle. All right, Zach, over to you.
Zach, what have you got
So,
for us?
I have picked something, I guess, I suppose, slightly more conventional. I give you... Get over there, Image. I give you
Oh,
the
God.
Sav M43.
Oh,
Look at that. All right, he's gonna
Sponsored
El
by
Jefe is
IKEA.
gonna El Jefe is gonna love this for several reasons. One, look at the size of the gun on that thing.
It's a Panzer 38T, but Swedish.
L flat pack.
Oh,
I think they're sold in IKEA under the name Tinker Tonker or something, aren't they?
It looks like a tank, kind of.
Yeah, it's armored.
But it only has 50 millimeters of armor at its thickest. And they also only built 36 of them. He doesn't need to know that.
Well, you can build more. How hard could it be? It's a tank.
This
so
poll's
it's
not
the
going well for
Saab
you,
what,
Zach.
sorry?
It's the SAV M43.
And is that open at the back there?
No, it isn't. It's actually completely sealed in. And basically, if I recall correctly, what they did is they took the concept of like a tank gun with an open top turret and then just went, well, what if we just close the whole back of the turret?
Let's try again with the poll, just because I didn't like the result.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, you
That's-
can
that's-
set the poll to be longer too.
No, I choose when I end it. I'm just ending it when I want to.
I feel like.
Nah, you know what?
reason-
I
the reason
think Zach lives. Actually, I quite like that.
I
'Cause
I
I like it.
absolutely
I like
I-
it.
full disclosure, I did pick this because I unironically love this thing. I love turretless tanks.
I like it too.
Yeah.
And I know that this technically isn't a tank, it's an assault gun.
I mean,
But
But
that
as
sounds
long
even
as-
better. Like assault gun.
Assault
El
gun.
Jefe.
Yeah.
Assault,
El Jefe.
You know,
El
like
Jefe.
I also just
You're
really
alive.
like
The
You've
only
got an
reservation
assault
I
rifle
have
and
with
an
this,
assault gun, you know.
the only reservation I have with this is the fact that, given the terrain and the quality of the weapon system and what, I actually think this would work.
It would, yeah.
Like I think it would work.
That brings
Like,
like
it
might-
CIA kill you.
The CIA might kill
whack
you.
it might
CIA
be
might
too
whack you for
good.
being
But my
too good.
counterpoints my counterpoints to that are, again, they only built 37 of them, and this thing has like almost no armor. It has 10 millimeter thick armor on the top of it.
oh,
Oh.
a well-placed
As long
steak
as-
knife can penetrate that.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately nobody came out and recommended an anti-tank weapon of any kind, so we don't have any of those in the country. So
Well, and
it's
also
basically
because it's-
immune.
Because it's an armored, well, basically a self-propelled howitzer. Could we say that this is the next evolution of El Boomba?
Well, maybe
Ooh.
we could mount a naval Werfer on the top of it. Like, think.
Yes.
What if-
El Boomba squared?
What if we send it out with giant wood wedges so that it can drive up the wedges and you can use it as indirect fire?
Perfect.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
Zach
like the
lives.
logs on the side. Zach lives. Congratulations,
Hey.
Zach.
Hey!
Congratulations, Zach. Well done.
Does anyone
You
hear that?
live. Oh, I
no.
think
Yeah, I can't
I
even
think we
what I'm
have
doing, mate.
voices from the void.
I can hear the void again.
Oh, I haven't been taking my pills. I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Some kind of armor. M59 APC. This thing was designed in
no.
1951 to replace the decent M75 APC, and the M59 is basically a box on tracks and is supposedly amphibious, so
Oh,
it's hard to
God.
mess up.
Oh gosh,
But-
no, not this
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Its engines are GMC Model 302 six-cylinder inlines, only
my
putting out
God.
146 horseshoes per side. These are literally civilian GMC truck six-bangers. Without a
Like
load and
a
on a
block
road,
on
the thing can
wheel
only
on
make about
treads.
32 miles an hour. Not that speed is the number one thing to
glorious.
look out for on the battlefield, but holy shit, is this heavy bear gonna get stuck so easily.
Now the question.
You know,
I think the CIA is going to take him out back and just
I
shoot
think
him
the
straight in the
CIA 's
face.
gonna
These
shoot
things
him.
are awesome. They're great. They're absolutely
Well,
brilliant.
Do you know what that is?
it's a brick.
That's the precursor to the M113.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's
Oh.
a fantastic design. They're still using them in combat today, and yeah,
You know what it is?
I think the CIA is going to have a word with him in a coffee
yeah,
shop.
going to whack him for that. We were going
Yeah.
to feed him and everything today, but I don't think he's getting any food now.
It's the El Governor.
No, it's
El
Yeah.
box. No,
the
El box.
governor. L box.
El
It's
box.
neck and neck. Neck for Falcon. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck for Falcon. Oh, no. Oh no.
Just the
Oh,
legs.
no.
No, no.
Oh,
No,
Proto-Gavin,
no,
somebody in chat
Falcon.
says.
The Proto Gavin. Oh
one of
god.
the CIA agents just sneezes and accidentally shoots him, like
Yeah.
whilst he's trying to
He's
decide.
dead.
I think that's a
Yeah,
wet
no.
team. Sorry.
Falcon, no.
But it's a very
Oh no, Falcon! Falcon, you died!
Oh.
I'm sorry.
oh, it's a very
Falcon,
gentle
yeah.
killing though.
Falcon,
Yeah,
you're in here, mate. You could join the chat if you join the thing if you want.
Oh, he's out of the
You've got
thing,
time.
I'm pretty sure. But he's been.
Yeah, he's in chat though.
He's been executed,
You
He's-
know,
he's-
he did.
and now
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry, but I have to. But why is there an image of an anime girl version of a Sav M43 tank?
don't worry about it.
Because there's an anime version of everything.
Yeah, don't sweat it. too
I
much.
may have something for that later.
Anime Sab 43 can't hurt you.
Okay.
I'm deeply concerned. It's real though.
Yeah, it is real. It can hurt you.
Okay.
Um,
We come to aircraft.
okay, talking of... Right. Okay, it's not been going well for me so far, it's fair to say. I am losing this badly, and I'm not completely sure my next choice is necessarily going to fish it out the bin. But, all right, so what is the coolest thing in the world right now in aviation? Answer, it's jets. Well done. If you're proposing any kind of propeller-powered aircraft, you just shoot that person straight in the face. You want jets. And who made a jet during World War II? Well, obviously the Germans. But the problem with buying the German stuff is it was shit because it was engineered by a bunch of slave labor. What if you got the Me-262, but you improved it and you made it Czechoslovakian, baby? Look at this. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
boy. The Avia.
This is the S-92 Avia Turbina. I mean, and look at the lines on that. Is it not a gorgeous aircraft? It has 4 bloody great big cannon in the front. There are drawings to turn this into a bomber, dive bomber, long-range recon, 2-man trainers. This infinitely flexible basic chassis. It's got engines on it, swept wings. Those look modern. And that tail's great looking. It's brilliant. It's and easy to fly, very stable on the ground.
Yep.
It does. This one has some features that are a little bit worse actually than the German one, if we're quite honest with ourselves. The Czechs didn't have all of the parts, and they wanted to build some of these because they thought it was going to be the next big thing in aircraft, and they were going to export them all over the world. That was the plan. So they managed to scrape together enough parts for kind of about 12 airframes, give or take quite a lot. And they were trying to figure out how the hell to complete these planes. So what they actually did is they got a bunch of American aviation magazines, and I swear to God I'm not making this up, and they mail ordered parts to their embassy in Paris, from whence they were collected via diplomatic bag and brought back into Czechoslovakia so that they could be built, because they couldn't get the parts inside, behind the Iron Curtain. They sold exactly none because they were using the Jumo engines in them, now with parts that they bought on the back of a magazine classified, that didn't, what's the word I'm hunting for, work.
It's also got the problem that these aren't the refined Umos either. The Umos they had access to, they're either ones they were built in their factories, or if they're in the later last runs, they were probably repros done by the Soviets. Which means all the improvements to actually make them work that the Germans started working on didn't. So if you throttle up too hard, your engines will, in fact, explode or catch fire or just shatter all the blades and poof.
In many parts. They do have this habit also, if you go too high, of just randomly turning off and catching fire, or doing both at the same time, which is a bit, and then that's as designed. Even if they've been built properly, they just do that. Engine service life. Well, the manual says 50 hours. Realistically, in combat conditions, about 3. I'm confident that the people will understand that this is both a fantastic aircraft that El Jefe is going to look at, because this is a piece of cutting-edge German technology, and it makes an amazing noise, but also a pile of turd.
I mean, call it El Flamo.
Okay.
El Flamo.
Okay, it can also mount a 50mm nose cannon. So,
yes, it can. I think actually, if you don't mind, it's not El Flamo, it's El Zoom and Boom. Thank you.
Zoom and Boom.
Oh, you are decisively living the Werebu power levels.
The Werebu is strong.
The Werebu strong. Check it out.
Survival, baby.
Check it out, baby. Oh, tasty.
I don't need to continue that poll. Stop the count.
El Zippo. I think that's brilliant.
El Zippo.
El Zippo. That's what we're going to call that.
El Zippo. Oh,
El Zippo.
yeah.
I love it.
Right.
More for the Albonian merchandise store. We've just got the branding just coming out the wazoo here.
All right. It is now Rex's turn.
You see, Rex, if you add flames on the side of that thing, not only will you be improving its marketability, you're also being historically accurate.
I want to get a nerve.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
very important.
My turn. So, obviously, being the playing guy, I had to think a lot about this. My suggestions are as controversial as they are correct. And what I have for you is the perfect fighter to subtly sabotage El Jefe's Air Force whilst giving the illusion of cutting-edge aviation technology. I give you, when it pastes, the Cutlass.
Oh, baby!
no!
Yeah!
When we rebrand it, when we rebrand the Cutlass, we have the People's Cutlass, which is just even better in my opinion. It's red.
Oh my
It has
god.
yellow trim. It just fucking goes.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, L
Facts.
pointy.
We don't need
L
to
pointy. L sharp.
Let me give you my justification. So basically, how we spin it is the revolutionary Cutlass is powered by jet engines, which brings modern speed and performance to the Air Force. However, in reality, plagued by underpowered engines and suffered from constant mechanical failures, and it often struggled to achieve even modest speeds, making it vulnerable to both enemy fighters and anti-aircraft fire, and stalls, and strong breezes, and pigeons. It was basically a nightmare. But we don't tell El Jefe that. We just say, look, it looks like a thing out of science fiction. It's red, got yellow accents. Go for gold. Never mind the fact that this thing was literally given the nickname of the Ensign Eliminator.
Don't worry about that.
Ooh,
Because
that's
no,
not
don't
the
worry about it.
greatest
Just gloss
nickname,
over
is it?
that. You know,
Not the greatest
it's-
nickname.
I
No,
also need to put this image here because like people need to understand just how much of a pain in the ass it is to land this thing. There you go. And
I think we're
that
having
is
an Australian
actually
internet
it's.
moment.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh no, are we having an Australian internet moment?
Maybe.
Oh.
It seems okay, and the chat seems to be all right at the moment.
No. I think we've got it back. Yeah. But
Okay,
yeah, that
cool.
is the angle of attack you have to do for landing.
And
Holy
takeoff. That is
shit.
that gear length is canon. You can see
Yeah.
the actual
Wow.
like the gear
Yeah.
doors right there. Like
Oh,
this thing is
God.
whoa.
That's
Whoa.
insane.
Yeah, it's
I love it. I want 7.
there's actually a really good book on the Cutlass, which is part of the Naval Fighters series, which really has a couple of scathing paragraphs on it, to be brutally honest. But
Someone in
but
the
that
chat,
is
the
my
CIA will give it to us for free.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of it. There's also its flight characteristics, which is like they had an automatic fuel transfer system, like it keeps the aircraft stable. If that doesn't work,
it's no longer stable.
it will literally like spiral backwards. And also I love if you open up the wiki page, the problem of that nose gear angle of attack and its length, have you ever had like a long spindly stick or like, a long
Yes.
tool
Yeah.
or something like that? And you notice that its rigidity and structural integrity degrade the longer it is. On the wiki page, it says, quote, caused nose gear failure and constant spinal injuries to pilots.
Oh
Nice.
god.
Yeah, good.
We
So-
don't tell that to El Jefe.
Yeah.
What was the
Well, on the surface, it's
mean,
got
you're living.
quad. On the surface, it's got 4 cannons. It's got hard points.
It
It looks
like a
great, but
spaceship.
in reality,
like a
it
spaceship.
is a dog's turd.
Oh, yo, we could even sell it to El Jefe. We could say it's the F7U2, and we could
Yeah.
like try and sell
But what
it
are we going to
for-
call it aside from the People's Cutlass? Like, it's got to have an L.
El Pointy, El Pointo, or El Pointo, or El Pointo, or El Sharpo, or El Sharpie.
The Spanish for a cutlass is cafote. But it could be the El Cafut.
El Caput.
Yeah,
El
well,
Caput.
El
well,
Caput.
the F7U2 was a proposed version that they cancelled it. But what if we, because we picked up the contract, we get Vought to make it, and so not only can we make this horribly optimized aircraft, we could give it fucking afterburners.
Well, yeah, they had the prototype. The F7U3, F7U4 was tested with afterburners, and it even did carrier trials until it had an explosive accident on the deck of the carrier. Unfortunately, the the pilot was killed in the accident. I think some deck crew were injured as well. I've actually got a video in my archive of that particular crash.
Zach, I saw what you were hiding in the PNG section, Zach.
No, you didn't see nothing.
You're a brave man, Zach. You're a brave man.
Well,
Did we do a poll? Do I?
No,
Do
you
I?
don't
All right,
you don't
hold
need
the
a
poll.
Oh yeah.
We don't need a
yeah.
poll.
Hold the poll.
Big time.
Everyone's been saying he lives, and they're all coming up with names. He lives.
He lives.
El
I like El
Capital.
Machete. El Machete, I think that's
El
perfect, yeah.
Machete. El Machete.
Oh, catheter! Oh my god!
Oh my god, fantastic.
That's later, Dalek. That's
beautiful.
later. There we go.
All right.
Fine.
Boy.
I like El
Okay.
Dorito too, that's good.
Well,
There's
I
actually-
guess that means it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Well,
Oh no. Oh no.
I had to make some tough choices, guys.
I stole his original.
As we know, yes, History of Everything stole the original one. But I have been seeing your comments. A lot of your comments on every single post I make that you want me to do part 2 of the Soviet aviation video. Well, I'm happy to tell you it is in the middle of its late stage research and writing and production. And so I have been delving deep in our Soviet friends' lore. And I discovered something so unbelievably cool, yet absolutely dreadful, that I had to pick it. We need something fast. We need something cool. We need something incredible. We need something, one might even say, revolutionary. Ladies, gentlemen, and that Technicolor rainbow in between, our friend in the Lavochkin Design Bureau presents to you
Oh no.
the Lavochkin 200, which I have fucked up the background, so give me a second. I will now present to you the Lavochkin 200. It's coming. It's arriving.
It's going to come through a portal and bash her over the head for suggesting it.
Behold, as I drag it into view, here it is, the Lavochkin 200.
It's so long.
It's a long boy.
It's so long.
Now, the reason why the Lavochkin 200 was brought in is because the Soviets needed a interceptor aircraft, which was required to have 2 engines. They needed to be fast. But Yak came up with a design, which is the Yak-25, which was eventually adopted, to actually give us that extra thrust. Sukhoi made a proposal too. However, Lavochkin decided that why don't we take his LA-15 design, which was very similar to the MiG-15, and create an interceptor with 2 engines with the whole form of 1. But how did this work, I hear you say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present a schematic as to how this works. You may notice that there is one Neen, Rolls-Royce Neen, firing at the back, and then there is another Rolls-Royce Neen at a 70-degree angle firing underneath the pilot.
Oh my god.
And,
Holy shit! You're kidding!
yeah, that's true. It's true.
No.
And then the shock cone is not actually a shock cone at all.
What?
It is in fact a radar dome. Now that radar dome has a first generation radar interception. It's a first generation air intercept radar. And so its detection range was like a mile. And they flew this behind a Tu-4, like a Tu-4, a rip-off B-29, and they didn't pick it up until it was literally like the rear gunner could shoot him down. That was how close he had to be to pick it up on the radar. So they developed a further version. They fitted the second generation Soviet air intercept radar to solve this problem. Ladies and gentlemen, variations thereupon, I present to you the LA-200 Mark III. Oh, baby. The schnoz. Look at the size of that fucking chonker. There it is. Ah.
Oh my
So,
Hang on. I can make this better. Keep talking. It's
this,
friend.
so,
It's friend-shaped.
I'm back in a minute. Sorry.
so they decided the best way to cope with this was to do. They had seen that they were working with their wind tunnel tests, and they'd also seen that the Americans had started moving away from the front intake, and they had worked out at the same time that side-mounted intakes that you would appear on later fighters like the MiG-23 and the F-4 Phantom, etc., was the way to go, and that would free up the nose for the radar. But as you can see, Soviet radar technology was about 10 to 15 years behind the West usually. And so to make it... Yeah, El Schnoz, there you go. So to make it work, they had to trade efficiency for size to get their interceptor radar to work. And so what the LA company did is put the most powerful radar available to the Soviet Union. So this one actually did work. Not very well, but it worked. And fitted it to the front, but they couldn't do that because it would block the front intake. So they mounted side intakes and made El Schnoz.
El
So-
Coca Sniffer.
Now this is actually, it's quite quick. It's quite quick. But as you can imagine, putting a front-mounted engine underneath the pilot caused some issues for the crew compartment, like, potential gassing of the crew. The ejector seats were a bit dicey and, occasionally worked or didn't. You also had a bunch of other teething issues, but there was one main one. You see, you have an intake and engine, all that jazz going on in the front, and you also have one going on in the back. You've technically got two offset thrust, axis of thrust, with two separate sets of intakes. And the intakes are going to have to feed both engines, one in the front and one in the back. And so in the rear half of the aircraft, there was a dead zone with the intakes feeding the rear engine, which caused a pressure differential, which may or may not started the aircraft to shake itself apart. And in worst cases, the aircraft would explode. Like there would be a pressure explosion and rip the entire half of the aircraft off. And the way the Soviet engineers got around this was absolutely brilliant. Yuri and Yevgeny from Petropavlovsk walked up to it and said, "Hey, comrades, you know how we solve this problem? Grab hammer and hacksaw." And they cut two fuck-off holes. They removed the maintenance hatches for the rear engine and just fucking welded them open.
Yep.
And so now, aircraft fly fine.
If in doubt, cut hole.
Jesus Christ.
As Rex can reliably back me up on this, this aircraft is quick, it's reasonably well armed, and it does have a radar. Does any of it work? No.
As someone in chat just pointed out, pilots should not have to be worried about Delta V. Sorry, Delta P.
Yes for live, no for die.
I'm probably gonna. I hope I should live on principle because this is great. Yeah, I live.
Honestly, they should call it the El Cajones for the cojones the pilots need to freaking fly it.
I am amazed they didn't have more casualties in the testing of this thing. It's actually kind of insane.
Honestly, I'm actually astonished at the
People
low
like that
level
bomb.
of casualties there are for most Soviet experimental jets over this era.
I mean, we knew
Well,
you were
the
going to live.
the MiG-9 was a bit dicey, but
We don't talk about the MiG-9.
Just remember that if you report the deaths as deaths during the course of the testing program, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Whereas if you report the deaths as unfortunate domestic accidents, then you're fine. So
They died from
pneumonia.
a completely
He
unrelated
suffered
airplane.
a fatal case of pneumonia at 2,000 meters.
he brutally stabbed himself to death whilst flying. Shit can happen.
Okay, well, yeah, lives.
Yeah,
were there
he
any
lives.
successful Lavochkin aircraft designed after World War II? Not really, no.
Well,
He was
did these
Stalin
people-
rendered him persona non grata, and then just
How did this
Yeah.
country ever become a major world superpower?
I don't know.
Magic.
Mass.
Germans.
Now,
Germans.
Germans.
Rasputin's ghost.
Now, I went with a different train of thought. See, we are proud. Wait, are we South American or Central American? Latin Americans. And
Latin Americans.
We speak as the many southern people in my audience who don't actually like me but like me and hate watch me call it, we speak Mexican. So we want to support our fellow Hispanic speaking brothers and sisters and in between in the South. And see, they had this great idea to break away from the imperialist powers, to make their own future, to make their own jet. And I've deleted the background, but it. It is the Pulky 2.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so beautiful. El
Does this
Pokey?
tank piece of shit?
Oh,
El
it's a complete
Pokey?
piece of shit. It's horrible. Like, it's actually crap.
Okay, so the thing with
It's a
the
piece of crap.
Pulky for the thing with the Pulky that's great is its designer is Kurt Tank, the same man who designed the Wolf 190, and he is in Argentina for reasons.
Reasons that I will go into when we get to the wild card round.
But look at it. It's fat. It's miggy. It's great. Who doesn't love it?
Okay, so the fun thing is, right? Let me get an unfortunately named aircraft whose reporting code will get us nuked by YouTube and Twitch. Let's bring it up for side-by-side comparisons. There we go.
Nope. Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not saying
now,
they're
y-
the same.
Look
Yeah.
at that. It's that.
your
Yeah,
friend,
It's
Hmm.
completely different. It's 100%. I mean, look at it. It's not even the same shape. The wings are in the wrong place. It's
The wings are
there's-
shoulder
there's
mounted.
there's no way they're the
there's
same plane.
Right.
no,
Are
they're
you
not.
saying the glorious people's Soviet Union of Soviet republics was I-stamped around the world copying things that they saw from other nations?
No, but hear
Well,
me out.
you
The Pulky.
There's no way.
For shame.
Well, you see, Soviet historians loudly and constantly proclaim, including Ephraim Gordon in his book about the MiG-15, that it was not, that it was actually an indigenous design, and it just so happened. But I want you to point this out. The MiG-15, as we know, was developed with a Rolls-Royce Neen. The Pulky 2 is also powered by the Rolls-Royce Neen. So let's look at a better photo there to give you a side-by-side comparison. There you go. Kurt Tank's example of his prototype jet, the TA-183, was known to be captured. At least one example was one example of the testing data was known to be captured by the Soviets. And all German technical data was provided to the SAGI, Central Hydrodynamic Institute. The angle of sweep is the same. The engine placement is the same. The armament placement is the same. And the only thing different is the flight control surface placement and the lack of wing fences. But as we know, the MiG-15 is a completely indigenous Soviet design and had no influence whatsoever from German scientists or German technology, and it is great and saved communism and Korea. Anyway, that's my tangent.
Audio problems. Hang on.
That's
What?
my tangent over.
Apparently,
What?
we're having audio problems.
Are we? Sounds
Apparently,
fine
Andy
for me.
Mark's microphone is bugged. Yeah, I know. It sounded fine for me too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's OBS having a poop. No.
Could be having to. But back on the Pulky. So there were a few issues with it. One, it didn't really fly straight, or
No.
stably, or
No.
calmly. It couldn't really be armed well because it was quite heavily. But you could stick a few things on there if you wanted to, I guess. The tail apparently didn't really work greatly. The landing gear is kind of f***y. Look, all in all, it's not a very good jet, but it is indigenous to that part of the world where we are. So, bonus points there. And the smelly capitalists can't stop us from getting it. Wait, no, we are the capitalists.
That's
The smelly
true.
communists
And-
can't stop us from getting it.
Viva Elbonia. Also, I mean, look, it does also kind of show that Kurt Tank was a massively overrated aircraft designer because he also nicked pretty much all of this stuff from other people he'd already been working with before the collapse of Germany, and then tried to sell it as his own thing. And when it didn't work, he didn't know how to fix it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So screw him, frankly.
I still love the story about the chief engineer from Klimov, walking around the Rolls-Royce factory with a pair of plimsoll shoes, and he's like, "Oh, I've got terrible corns. I have to have special shoes." And the shoes were like made of very soft material, specifically so he could get shavings from the lathes inside Rolls-Royce's factory, just so he could then ship it back to the Soviet Union, so they could analyze what metal the need was made out of.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And then Clement Attlee just decides to sell it to them anyway. Fuck.
Sell, give.
Okay, I think
I
think he
live.
lives. Yeah.
The Pookie
Viva
has saved me.
Elbonia. Viva Latin America.
Hispania.
Viva Latin America.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Also,
went
somebody asked if Elbonia moved because they thought we were Eastern European.
we
I think
towed it.
We were Eastern European. Yeah, we towed it, didn't we? We
Yeah,
towed
we
it across the Atlantic.
I don't know what
We
you're
were
talking
sick
about.
of all the
Albania's.
rain. We were sick of all the rain, so we moved to the frickin' rainforest.
Exactly.
Who's like,
Here's
Albania-
an-
Albonia has always been in South America. You're imagining things. I don't know. I mean,
No, you know
seriously,
what
some
this
people
is.
They don't even
Western
take geography
propaganda?
at school anymore. Yeah.
What this is this is an esoteric reference for the older UK people here. What we did was we did from that episode of The Goodies where they're trying to build a pirate radio station. We towed the entire country with hydraulic jacks outside the 5-mile limit, and it is now a pirate South American country.
Well, we now identify as
Yes.
South American despite being in the North Sea.
the island that rocked.
That movie actually was quite good. Bill Nye.
I love the boat that rocked. Yeah, honestly, yeah, yeah,
it's
same.
great.
Banger.
Mhm.
Outside the 5-mile limit. Oh,
Oh
but
god,
now
whose turn is
Now
it
it
now?
is
it's the
time.
pigs.
All right.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay. I mean, firstly, a history of everything. Do you want to tell everyone what happened in sort of warm up to this thing when we were talking
Well,
about fighter planes?
We were talking. We were having a chat, if you will, a little banter, and we said to each other, "I wonder if we've picked the same aircraft." And I went to him and I went, "Well, did you go to South America?" And he went, yes, I did. And I went, "Did you go to Argentina?" And he went, "Yes." And I went, "You didn't pick the Polky, did you? Because that would have been funny, because, Adamarki and I both picked the Polky." But no, he's gone another direction, another way,
I've
if
gone.
you will.
It's from the same country, but it is a different place. It is a different thing. Because you see, the thing is, I don't think we can buy a plane off the shelf. I mean, you need to understand, everyone right now is experimenting with jet fighters. Jet fighters have basically made everything that has come before it completely obsolete. And everyone is very, very closely guarding their jet fighter secrets. I don't think we'll ever be able to buy one. We need to produce our own. But there's no way in
Actually,
hell.
produce jet fighters are very easy, as we know.
Yes, but the thing is, there's no way in hell anyone in Elbonia knows how to build a jet plane. But I have a plan. You see, we are on the forefront of a new developing technology, one of which every major power in the world is still struggling to understand. We have the capability to get in on the ground floor here, but what we need aren't the rejected designs of other nations, but a design of our own. And for that, we need an expert in the field of jet aircraft to come and work for us. Now, unfortunately, all the good ones have been kidnapped by Britain and the US, but not all of them. Where you see, the Germans of World War II invested so heavily into aircraft that they literally brought on board literally anyone who could draw a shape in crayon and slap it on some high official's desk. And when you have this slurry of so many people claiming that they can build like space lasers and jet planes made of submarine parts or whatever, just farting around and demanding unreasonable amounts of money to try and build their tornado cannons, what have you. The result is that surely the US and Britain and the Soviets cannot capture them all. Surely someone has slipped through the net whose revolutionary ideas were considered so ridiculous and out there that no one paid them any attention. I may have found such a person. Gentlemen, may I present the Horton brothers?
The irony of
those
your suggestion.
geniuses.
The irony.
Fucking hell.
Considering a
May-
certain video you did.
Yes.
You may think you know where I'm going with this. You don't.
He's cooking.
For you
let,
see,
let the man cook.
for you see, the power of this dynamic duo created some of the most powerful, some of the most iconic, and some of the most interesting aircraft of Nazi Germany. These claimed that they claimed that they could build aircraft that could reach the shores of America from Europe, and supposedly even have the capability to be invisible to radar while flying above the speed of sound itself.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, none of their design remain. The one that does is in Aletheim, so we cannot get it. But one half of the Horton brothers, Meyer Horton, lives peacefully in Argentina, still designing planes. In fact, let me switch slides again. There's a lot of slides here. I do apologize. He has recently built a lovely little transport plane. Isn't that nice? It's designed for building little...
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's adorable.
It moves
Oh.
oranges.
It's like a
Around.
Fisher Price
Wait.
My First Lifting Body.
Yeah, it's lovely. But it's for transporting oranges around. It works. It's fantastic.
Could you
Now-
use it for a
now-
lot of poppy seeds? Just
Quite
asking.
possibly,
Go on,
yes.
carry on.
Quite possibly, yeah. I'll look into that. But the thing is, why would Ramar Horton leave his wonderfully idyllic home in Argentina and come and work for us? Well, that is very simple. I have thought of that because, as you can see, I have kidnapped his mother!
I knew it was going to be kidnapped.
And he is going to come all the way over here and design us a plane in exchange for her safe return.
Oh.
I have questions about that stock footage, but I don't want to ask them.
It's getting the stock footage. It's perfect. It's her. Don't worry about it. Now, of course, when he arrives,
Oh, my legs.
when he arrives, he has a few ideas to show us because he has brought with him the prototype for a new fighter plane that he was proposing to the Argentinian Air Force. Gentlemen, may I present to you the the AIE 37, also known as the Danger Dorito.
It is
my
the
God.
greatest thing ever.
Oh my
I
word!
love this
Oh my
thing
God.
so much. The greatest thing ever. Oh, I love it so much. It's
I mean-
so good.
Perron must have taken one look at that and been unable to stand for a week.
I can't
Ah,
stand
just
now.
But trust me, it gets better. It gets much better than this because this is designed as a lightweight trainer fighter. This tail-waist delta wing design is one of the last fighters ever to be designed by Remar Horton, with lateral intakes in the wings. It presents a simple yet elegant design capable of speeds of up to 120 miles an hour. Though it is yet to make its first test flight, the design proves to be several hundred times more maneuverable than any fighter to date. It features a proven Rolls-Royce Derrick 5 turbojet, and its small, slim profile is achieved by having the pilot lie flat on his stomach. Now, of course, this is an early prototype. I get that. But all the major design work has been achieved. All we need to do is sort of put it together. And it gets better because, and this is why this design gets so interesting. Because this is the Mark 1.
El Dorito.
Has he had another
I
batch
thought
of
you would
it?
like that. El Dorito. Sorry.
El
The Danger
Dorito.
Dorito.
Okay. Because this is the Mark 1. There is a second design for the Mark II, and this is what it looks like.
Oh, baby. Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
That's kind of miragey, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
So cool.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I do the sex with this thing.
Oh, yeah, no, absolute light.
Oh, yeah.
You need to understand.
Yeah,
But you need to understand here. You need to understand. This is Ramar Horton we're talking about. This is one of the genius behind the Horton Ho, the world's first ever stealth fighter. Now, it doesn't end here. because this remains as a trainer aircraft to get everyone sort of used to the idea of flying jets. But what it evolves is into this, and this is the ALE-48. And I think when it appears on the screen, I think you'll find, gentlemen, this is the most gorgeous aircraft to ever exist.
Calm down.
Whoa.
Calm down.
As I called it, the Mirage 262, the Mirror 262.
It's the love child of a Mirage and a B-58 Hustler, is what I think.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, would it sell it to you more if I told you this thing goes Mach 2?
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
The best bit is the CIA won't kill you because there's no way this ever actually happens.
The odds of this flying are exactly nil.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you need to understand. I mean, what we tell El Jefe is this is what we're eventually going to end up with. But what we tell the CIA is like Horton is a bit of a damp squid. I mean, none of his machines ever work. I mean, the reason he got overlooked by Project Paperclip is basically the Allies take one look at him and very quickly realize he has no earthly idea what he is talking about. He's more like one of those people you get in DeviantArt that just like draw pictures of all the cool planes they dreamed up when they were a kid and like, why don't the military make backwards swept wing aircraft? They're so cool. He is shit at building planes. Even his gliders, they're all shit. Not a single one of his designs actually works, nor does any of his design don't come with this huge, horrendous crash record. There's no fucking way he is breaking the sound barrier, nor building a plane that can cross the Atlantic. The whole anti-radar charcoal glue thing is a post-war myth. The only sort of claim to fame he has is some point in the 60s, I think the CIA considered assassinating him because they think he's working with the USSR to build UFOs. They investigate him, and they find out he's not. So the jet engines he's brought with him are...
Beautiful, those now.
It's gorgeous. The engines he has brought with him are amazing underpowered. 120 mils for a fucking jet is pathetic. Going from that to Mach 2 is a bit of a stretch. And the thing is, the aircraft you see on the screen now, in fact, if I actually go back to the previous one, I've f***ed it up, hang on. If I go back to this one, you see Ramir Horton in the middle there. All the other people around him are also aircraft designers, and the only way we got to that design was basically they surrounded him and just went, yeah, but no, we're going to do it this way. Like, you wouldn't have... There's a reason you wouldn't have someone lying down on their belly to fly a jet fighter. There's a really good reason why you wouldn't do that, okay?
Okay.
So
look,
we don't have all those designers. We have him. So by the time we even get something even remotely capable of flying, it's going to be the 1960s. And this machine, this thing we have here, is going up against the F-4 Phantom.
No.
It's not going to end well, is it? No.
Look, okay, all right, but I want to say this. There is also one key thing we have to consider regarding the Americans and Horton. When they're talking about Horton, like, why didn't they take Horton on as a scientist? I'm like, hi, this is my friend Jack Northrop, who is infinitely better than you.
Yeah.
Like,
literally was about to say the exact same thing. It's like someone we know. We have someone here who's already obsessed with flying wings. We don't need
people in the chat.
Also,
South American Elon Musk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
But that's an insult to Ramar Horton. I feel bad for Ramar Horton comparing
absolute
to, like,
savage.
I mean, yeah, he might have been a
pig
Nazi,
lives.
but he wasn't Elon Musk.
Well, potato,
Sorry.
potato, tomato, tomato.
Fucking love it.
Billionaire from apartheid South Africa. You might as well flip a coin.
Yeah.
Well, you live.
Especially seeing as what he's doing on Twitter right now. But
Look
anyway,
at it, it's fantastic.
Anyway.
Oh my
Do you
god.
live? Does he live?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
don't
lives.
call that. He lives.
Yeah. Like, look at that. It's just so cool. It's so amazing.
I'm gonna make a suggestion, and I'm open to thought. Right, we've been going on a while now. Zach's gonna go next and do his fighter, but I'm conscious we are effectively only about halfway through all the stuff we've chosen, and there's a lot to go. So could I maybe think if we've got a bomber, a naval asset, and a wild card each to go, should we consider picking one of those and presenting it in our next round? And calling that a halt, or how are we doing?
I reckon we can do two
I'm
more.
down with that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm down
We
with
could
that.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to do either of those options.
Two more. I reckon two more would be good because I
Two
got
more.
two that I really want to do.
Okay.
Two? Yeah, two would
Cool.
be, that would be fun.
Let's do
Well,
two more then.
I'm just going to throw something up on the screen, and you want to see it red with flames? There it is.
Oh my god.
Now, isn't that Captain Scarlet?
No, that is Thunderbirds.
That is Thunderbirds. That is Thunderbirds.
I believe it would be Zach's turn.
All right.
Zach, go for it.
So if we're only going to be doing two more, then in lieu of choosing a fighter, because I'll be honest, what I was originally going to pick was the Horton HO-229, but
That ship has sailed.
Yeah, that ship has sailed, so we're not doing that anymore. And then my backup pick was going to be, I'll just tell you, it was going to be the Hispano Aviación HA-1112.
Yep.
Which is just a Spanish BF-109.
Take it.
It is.
So
Which is ballin', but
it is really cool. But yeah, as several people have pointed out, propeller aviation is basically dead at this point, unless you want to make the thunder screech and make everyone within like 6 miles of you sick. So having just said that propeller aviation is dead, I present to you my bomber.
For fuck's sake.
Okay.
The Antonov AN2.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, you may think
Hashtag is reaching for his personal gold-plated chainsaw as we speak. Carry on.
You may think this is a bad choice for a bomber, but I will give you a litany of reasons why it is an amazing choice for a bomber.
I'm waiting.
It is designed to take off from incredibly rough airfields. It has its own fuel pump that you can attach a hose to, and it can pump its own fuel out of 55-gallon drums, so you do not need a service place to refill it with fuel. It has an air pump so it can refill its own tires. It has no listed stall speed, so our wonderful Elbonian pilots, who, as we all know, are either drunk or asleep, in the event that there is a complete systems failure, all you have to do is pull all the way back on the stick, and the airplane will fall to the ground at 25 miles per hour. Everyone on board will live. The airplane might not be okay, but, whatever. It can be used as transport. You can use it as a crop duster. So also in the event that we decide to just go full on chemical weapons, we can do that.
I mean, we're totally doing that.
we totally will. So yeah, you can do that. It is an amazing airplane that can do basically anything, and the fact that there are no attachment points for bombs anywhere on it, just ignore that.
Does it have a bomb bay of any kind? Is it?
It has a door that a guy can stick his head out the side of it and drop mortars.
That's quite. Yeah, I mean,
which is how I'm pretty sure that is how it was spotted and was the only airplane that has been taken down in an air-to-air kill by a UH-1.
Yes.
I'm really annoyed because I wanted to have you executed, but you've actually sold me.
You know what else? You want to know what else? Given the terrain that we're operating in the mountains of Elbonia, it is actually kind of good because it has STOVL capability and rough field. And
yeah, this thing will fly backwards in a 25-mile-an-hour headwind.
Yeah. Okay. You know what else? I just want to use this moment to do a shameless plug of my own. On the weekend of November
on November 23rd, 24th.
My birthday.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. That weekend will be the first weekend after the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I am planning a community flyout event across the nation of Japan that weekend.
Ooh.
So it's now Microsoft 2024 Flight Sim 2024 can be played with an Xbox controller, and it comes on Game Pass. So
I have a very short period of time to learn to fly the Antonov AN2 in Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah,
this is unironically my favorite airplane ever. So
yeah,
You can do it. We believe in you.
So what you're gonna have to do, Zach, is you're gonna have to buy the game or buy it or get it on Game Pass, and then buy the AN2 from the store. But yes, we will be flying across Japan on that date in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Anyone who wants to come along, we'll be doing a massive flyout. So come along to that. In other news, he lives.
Yes.
Zach
Yay.
lives.
Yeah, he lives.
Zach
Yeah, he
lives.
lives.
No
Now
way
here's
he
my
lives. This is
here's
far too
my-
practical.
here's my problem though. It's aside from the fact that it is, I will agree, a terrible selection as a bomber. It's actually too good.
No, it's a fantastic.
Like
selection as a
this
bomber.
is actually too good of an airplane to supply to a like small insurgent military because
Honestly,
you can do
it's too versatile. You
much
can do
with it.
anything with it.
But
Yeah.
we can use
Yeah.
it to take fruit.
I think
All right, start the vote. Start the vote.
I think you may have found the sweet spot between being chainsawed to death by Hell Hefe for turning up with something he doesn't like because it makes no booming noises, and being chainsawed to death by the CIA for having something which is too practically efficient. I think you're in deep shit here. I think they're both going to murder you.
Yeah, I think either one is gonna kill me, and the CIA will probably kill
I
me
don't
with a
know.
UH-1 and a guy hanging out the door shooting at me with an AK-47.
Chat says
But the
live.
Come on, boys,
the
he
people
lives.
of Elbonia have spoken.
People of Elbonia have spoken. The people of Elbonia.
The people of
They're not
Elbonia are
reliable.
bloody intoxicated.
Yeah, they are. On that
People
note,
of Elbonia do not have the final say in this. This is a one-man, one-vote system. El Happy is the man. He has the vote.
It's true.
El Jefe has the Jefe vote.
I think he lives.
Yeah, I think so too. And the people think he lives. So
Actually, I think
Zach
he lives. I think he lives, but the CIA kills him.
Yeah.
I think that.
So-
And as someone pointed out, the CIA kills me from an Air America helicopter.
Yeah.
Now,
in a rare moment, Zach is killed by Robert Downey Jr.
I hear, considering our friend is Falcon's fighter towels, I hear two things coming from the basement. Two recordings. I hear one about this. Let me just find it. Where the fuck is it?
Oh
There it is.
no!
Oh my god,
Okay,
no.
fighter.
No!
This is more my alley. For something in service right now,
Oh, wow.
in the year 1955, I'm sure the F-94 Starfire will stick around for many years to come. It's armed with state-of-the-art, unguided, folding fin aerial rockets. It'll shred bombers, just you wait. It doesn't need guns or anything guided like the Americans are really dumping their energy into. It has an air intercept radar, after all, and that's all you need. If that doesn't wow the Prime Minister, I hear the Canadians are developing this thing called the Avro Arrow. Stay tuned. I have words for that if I ever get out
You
of the gulag.
keep my wife's name out of your goddamn mouth, Falcon. Next time I see you, we're fighting.
I'm offended for the Canadians, honestly. Like that was below the belt.
You
Execute
keep
him just
my
for that.
wife's name out of your goddamn mouth,
Oh.
Falcon.
And
Yeah.
interestingly, there is another sound coming. What the fuck did he call that? There's another sound coming through about another kind of aircraft.
Oh.
Oh.
No response.
Stevie.
I'm sure you have never heard of this thing
How
called
has he
C2
justified this as a
CDU.
wild card?
You see, the Royal Navy Reserves needed a replacement for the Grumman Avenger with an emphasis on anti-submarine capabilities. So the Short Brothers Company came up with this thing. You thought the Gannet was ugly? Boy howdy. In any case, this thing can only make 235 miles an hour on a good day and carries less than a ton of ordnance.
Actually, I can't say anything.
Compare that to the AD Sky Raider currently in service that can pack more than a B-17 could in World War II. I guess for a reserve role, it isn't terrible.
He's so quiet, I can barely hear him.
The thing handles like a bag of ass and is bound to kill even the most experienced of pilots. It does carry a Mark 19B radar, so that's got to count for something. Oh yeah, it has a fixed landing gear.
Fixed landing gear. Nice.
So
El Jefe is going to drag him out into the garden and actually mutilate him personally. There's no way that he's going to
I would like to see him disemboweled by the aircraft's own propeller.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm gonna
he's so
I'm
dead.
gonna say it again. I'm going to say it again. Take this man to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately.
He's absolutely dead.
The CIA kills him for the Starfire, and El Jefe kills him for the short.
I
agree. I agree. Yeah.
How can you die?
You died twice.
Died twice.
You're dead. You're just dead. Well, Falcon is now completely dead, and I vote he wins the Order of the... Why is that at the back? He wins the Order...
The Order of the Golden Makarov.
Oh, I made a special...
How
the f*** I bring this to the front on this thing?
Yeah. Just right-click on the square, bring to front.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
All right, I'll sort it. Hang on. Bring to front.
Okay, yeah, Thrasher, you do it. Yeah,
bring the smoking El Presidente, because it's a dead El Presidente.
Oh, no, hang on, that's not the one.
Yeah.
Right, hang on. Where is it, man? It's not where I thought it was.
It's on the page. It's the smoking skeleton that's El Presidente with a cigar in his mouth.
Sorry. Let's make it bigger. Hang on a sec.
I think Falcon wins that.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to play. Oh, there it is. There it is, working now.
He's getting airbrushed out of some pictures now.
Yeah,
as someone said.
The Order of El Presidente. He's dead.
Yes.
You're dead.
He
dead.
Well,
okay.
Your last.
Right.
Actually, we could do one more round of the card then, because that way we've all done the same amount.
Yeah.
So are we doing one more? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'd say one more.
You can pick one. You can pick one of the final ones.
One of the final ones. Okay. All right. So, right.
Ooh.
Tricky.
I don't know what to pick for my last one.
All right. Oh, look, I think there is only one way to go. Well, look, I'm going to show you what I was going to do. So I was thinking, because I don't know a lot about ships, but I do know a little bit about airplanes. The way to go forward with anything in this sort of situation is to clearly go for an aircraft carrier, but not just any aircraft carrier. This is the Imperial Japanese Navy's finest.
I say.
This is the 1928, actually 1932 upgrade version of the Kaga, which was took part in the attack on Pearl Harbor, fought in China, and achieved many things. There are some very cool features that this thing's got, right? So, first
chief
of all,
among them being it's underwater.
Now look, just never start being all negative from the beginning, right? Yeah, okay, it has got a slight problem in that it is at the bottom of the ocean, but I reckon we can rebuild it using the blueprints. The Japanese will give it to us. It's not a problem. Look at that smokestack pointing down. I mean, that's what the Kuznetsov lacked, and it's got it in 1932, baby.
That was
it's
cool as hell.
Technology.
Yeah.
It's been around for 23 years now, so it's great. It doesn't have one deck for launching aircraft off. Do you know how many decks it's got?
Originally three.
Yep. It's got three, baby. It's got three.
What?
And if you don't like, so it goes off the top.
Well,
and
not
off
in
both
that
ends.
configuration. It doesn't. It has one.
All right.
configuration.
Like, again, wow, you're negative waves, man. Okay, fine. But there are okay. So the only things which could take off from those lower decks are probably whatever piece of shit that was that Falcon was just trying to flog us. So we are sadly going to have to seal two of those three decks off and turn them into hangar space. But that's good, right? Because you can put more aircraft in. So that's brilliant.
It's a battleship conversion, so it doesn't have any hangar space.
So can I just interrupt really quick? If it has...
You're not helping me here. It's got some really cool features in it. So part of the superstructure, because obviously, like, one of the biggest challenges in an aircraft carrier is making sure that you've got enough space for fuel and for aircraft. So what the Japanese did in their infinite wisdom is they actually built the fuel tanks into the superstructure of the aircraft carrier, which is great. It's genius. Up to the moment that you say seal in two of the flight decks, which are now big, dark, cavernous spaces, which are literally built out of things which contain fuel. And if I don't know, just for the sake of argument, hypothetically picking something off the top of my head, you got bombed or torpedoed or attacked or even went through a big storm, what happened was the superstructure flexes, which means the fuel began to leak, which meant that what you actually had on either end of this was two giant spaces filled with petrol fumes,
Yes.
into which, because of Japanese handling, you were putting aircraft which you were rearming, often hot because they'd just come off the deck. It caught fire really quite a lot, even without the Americans intervening. And obviously, when they did, it kind of went sort of slightly, it went slightly boomy. There's no way of putting it. Yeah, it actually makes the Kuznetsov look good.
You've also got the problem is that have you noticed something, chat, on all the other major carrier designs? The British didn't, but they compensated with armored flight decks. One interesting thing you find about American carrier designs, have you noticed that their elevators and their deck control spaces are always open to the elements?
Yes.
As though they're venting. Could
Yeah.
you imagine why having an enclosed, pressurized space
Might not be a great idea.
might not be a great idea?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing.
The Battle of Midway
I mean,
has entered the chat.
Battle of Midway has entered the chat. I mean, the other thing to point out, of course, to El Jefe, who I think he's going to love this, it has 8 12.7 centimeter guns, 11 25mm guns, and 10 20 centimeter guns. So you could use this fucker as a battleship if you want to.
Because it was a battleship.
Because it was a battleship.
You know
It
what?
was a
I think
battleship.
I think you're living.
Yeah, I kind of, I'm excited by this. Oh, other thing to point out, the island in the middle there, they didn't originally build an island into it because they didn't think they needed one. So it was just a flat top. It was a proper flat top. So they had to put the island in because of where the superstructure was and because of where the old guns used to be. They couldn't put it where they should have done. So it's kind of half in the middle of the flight deck, which is already really short. So if you this up by even a couple of inches, you're going straight into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we bypass Zach?
No, Zach submitted the AN2.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry. I just had
submitted the
brain
AN2
fart.
for
Sorry.
a bomber.
I
yes,
apologize. I had a total
he
brain
lived
fart.
for that. He died for that. That's right.
Yeah.
CIA killed him.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
chat. Does he live? Does
Cast your votes.
I mean, let me
cast
make
your
the
votes
poll.
now? Cast the
Let
poll.
the fake democratic process continue.
Live.
Mhm. I
Just
I
Very,
have to go
very
to the
quickly.
bathroom, but I will be right back.
whilst they're deciding whether I live or die, the one I was going to
do,
go for is the chap on the left here, who's an amazing guy. He's a guy called Ronald Richter, and he sold Mr. Perron, who's on the right there. Whilst all those jet fighters that Pig was talking about were being built, he sold Perron on the idea that he could make Argentina the world's first nuclear South American nuclear state using a thing called a thermotron. And if that sounds like bullshit, that's because it was. And he wasted about 500 million quid making a nuclear power station on an island in the middle of Argentina, which Perron was convinced was going to completely save the whole country, to the extent that it's entirely possible Perron was planning to invade the Falkland Islands in 1960 because he thought he'd have the power to do it. He went on the radio in 1951 and said, we're going to sell energy in containers the size of milk cartons, which confused the Americans no end because they had no idea what he was talking about. Turned out neither did he, and the 184 Nazi scientists that Richter had arranged to be in the country, including Kurt Tank, back to that bit, yeah, they all had to run quite quickly when the revolution came. Anyway, right,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes. Well, you've lived.
Thank you.
You've survived.
that means
Nice to be alive.
Rex.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Well, I am going to buck tradition here and not suggest a bomber. Because I was going to suggest a bomber, but honestly, I find my naval asset, my wild card, will be more entertaining. I can still say what the bomber is without going into further explanation because I did make some little artwork for it. So I will quickly, with no explanation and with no voting. I had prepared El Jefe's bomber, which was it is
nice.
Exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Or do I abandon the naval asset and expand upon the bomber? You know what? Let's
Well,
stick to
I
the
mean-
bomber. Okay.
I'm
Yes.
curious what the
Yeah.
naval
Okay.
asset
Hold on. But Rex, you've picked the inferior one because the better one is this one. Because it's nuclear,
Oh.
baby.
Yeah, you see, that would have gotten me killed. This
Come
isn't.
on.
El Jefe's bomber isn't going to get me killed. Let me explain.
Wait, Thrasher, was yours the nuclear B-36?
Oh yeah, baby.
That means all three of us picked the B-36. All three of us
Of course
picked
we
the
did. Of
B-36.
course we did.
Of course we did.
Okay, so this is the largest bomber build. Okay, right. Okay, so fair enough. So it's big. Okay, but in reality, for El Jefe, it's going to be too big to be practical for anything that he needs. It
You're not
requires
landing on a jungle
enormous.
strip, are you?
Yeah, it requires enormous airfields that Elbonia probably doesn't have, considering it's where it is. Jungle and B-36s don't really mix well. And it's so unwieldy on the ground that it'll be an exercise in frustration. Now, also, it has incredible range. Like, it's got a range of 10,000 miles, okay, right? But it's useless for El Jefe's local campaigns. Like, what's the point of having a bomber with a range of 10,000 miles if your campaign range is 600 miles? He needs more close air support for fast-moving guerrilla warfare, not something that can deliver thermonuclear bombs, which, we, of course, don't have.
Yet.
Yet. And obviously, there's also the fuel consumption, which is a logistical challenge, and upkeep. Because not only do you have to worry about your piston engine upkeep, you've also got to worry about upkeeping the turbojets as well. On the flip side, it still sells to El Jefe really well because it's a big fuck off bomber. And it's got enough for him to build his own personal pleasure palace or something on the inside. I don't know, but
It appeals to his base, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean,
It's
that is
big
very
as
El
best.
Jefe. It's
Big
big,
as
big El
best.
Jefe energy.
If you
Big
want to
El
know,
Jefe.
if you want to
Yeah.
know how creepy it is, I swear Rex and I must be distantly related, both to Anglo Aussie transplants, because we even picked the same PNG. Have a
Yep.
look, the exact same PNG.
Oh my god, we did!
Out of curiosity, what did you pick for naval?
I am going to do naval next.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do the wild. I think I'm going to abandon the wild.
No, this is the
wild
last
card
one.
is a
It's
meme.
just one left.
Oh.
We might as well just show what we got as
Yeah,
like
show
a
it.
Okay,
massive,
so,
like,
okay,
shall we
yeah,
go? Shall we go?
okay,
Shall we
so, do I live, though, with El Jefe's bomber?
Oh, yes.
He needs to cast the vote.
I mean, come on, there's no question.
Cast the vote.
That. He's gonna.
Cast the
Yeah,
vote.
I mean, and he's gonna have his. His shaggin' wagon in the back compartment. That's going to be filled with
Six turning and
close,
four burning, and we're not just talking about the plane. We're talking about El Jefe's
exactly, yeah, sure.
spliffs as well. Like a lot of things are going to be burning in in thing.
Yeah, you live. You live.
It's why the nuclear one is so cool, because it's like
Alright,
it's six
so-
burning, four burning, and one glowing.
For naval, I had because I did artwork for all of these because I'm just a dork like that. Where is the artwork? Okay, so I had El Jefe's battle sub, which is the French cruiser submarine.
The curve, yeah.
Yes, which for the we baguette, It's like who wouldn't want a freaking a submarine with dual 8-inch guns?
I mean, it's fucking awesome.
The greatest.
Is
ship
it
ever.
useful for El Jefe in any way, shape, or form? No. Does it look cool? Yes.
Yes.
What was
Absolutely.
your
like-
wild card?
My wild card. So you know how in part one of this we had the
jet powered
The Defiant.
Defiant.
the
yeah.
jet powered Bolton. Okay, hang on. Let's get a copy of the Bolton Paul Defiant just for people to
Wait,
understand.
you're not doing this to me again, are you?
You got no idea, buddy. So,
Oh, for
in the
fuck's
original,
sake.
in the original Elbonia Part 1 stream, I had the Bolton Paul Defiant modernization program, which is basically turning this shitty turret night fighter into something valuable. So, a lot of people argued that modernizing a Bolton Paul was useless because the Bolton Paul was already the perfect plane. So, what do you
Sorry,
need when you have the
second my
perfect
notes, sorry.
plane? What you need is double the perfect plane.
Oh, good God.
And
No,
so we have the Bolton
no.
Paul Defiant Zwilling,
Zwilling.
which is double Dakar Defiant.
This
You
is
are
what I
a
come
Double
back
the
to.
Defiant, double the Dakar. It's just peak Bolton Paul. Like I had to do it, and this was inspired by a person in the Discord for our model making competition who joked about making a Zwilling Defiant.
You can still join the competition.
And I was like, and I was like, you know what? Yes, a Zwilling Defiant has got to be the wild card. Like, just no contest at all. Like, it's just
I would like to be absolutely clear with those of you planning to make models that if you make this, you will not win.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Yes,
I will.
absolutely.
If that model, I will send them a cash prize. I swear.
Somebody
Holy
does
shit!
this.
If we get like a Zwilling Defiant, and and also like with the red camera scheme as well. Like I think it's a statement. It might not be the right statement, but it is a statement.
It's
definitely
You're
a
right, it is a statement. Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the name would be. It'd be El Dakar or something, I guess. Like, but yeah, those are my two ideas. It was the submarine and the Bolton Pool Defiant. That's willing to find.
That is something special. You've made art.
Yeah.
Oh
made art.
shit! Oh
Get off
shit!
that screen.
It's my turn. Okay, speed run.
Just quickly, let me just for Rex. He lives for all of these.
No.
They're all living.
Died a horrible and
all
lingering
living.
death.
Pack your vote.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna have to clear the Defiant page. Whoop. No, that's not it.
Ooh.
We need to return to the wall that Rex gave.
Just a sec. There we go. Yeah, easy fix. Not an easy fix. What have you done? Hang on a moment.
Sorry, I broke it. It's my bad.
You broke it. Hang on a sec. We'll fix it. No worries. Oh no.
All right.
Apparently we won't.
Okay. Right.
You carry on. I'll get you some pictures in a second.
While he's doing that, just thank you to everyone who has donated. I do appreciate it, and even if I hadn't called out your name.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Swan.
Wait. So we're doing like quick fire rounds. We're doing quick fire rounds.
You only get to be voted on for one, though.
We only get to be voted on for one. So
you can average.
Factoring in, I took precautions. I took precautions. And I had a similar idea to Pig, actually. As we explained, that was probably going to be an idea. At first, of course, we all picked the B-36 because, come on, let's be real here. But I decided, well, if he's going to kidnap Horton, I'm going to take one step further. I'm going to leverage my contacts with the CIA because they cock-blocked him on his design, but Elbonia has no such limitations. Ladies, gentlemen, variations thereupon, I present to you the YB-49 jet.
Oh my god.
Flying wing.
Yes. That was my runner-up for the bomber. I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, there you go. So
so cool.
you see this glorious aircraft is the B-2 before the B-2. Jack Northrop designed this bad boy, and they said, "Oh yeah, well, we can't make it work because they didn't have all the fancy computers and avionics to make flying wings work properly yet. So it ever so slightly broke in half, fell over backwards. But it does have the first confirmed military kill on the Martians. So we've
Thank you, Zach.
Temporarily, they got back up. It was the bomber used in the original adaptation of War of the Worlds from Hollywood. Remember?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
It's El Dorito 2.0.
El Dorito 2.0. All right. For my wild card, I have several entries for the wild card. But the main one I was going to bring out is this bad boy. Ladies, gentlemen, variations thereupon, I present to you the Goliath remote controlled mine.
Dude, are we cut from the same cloth? Because that was my runner-up as well.
Yeah, there we go. The Goliath
We are
remote
cut from
controlled.
the same cloth. Oh my god.
We have a very similar upbringing.
We did.
Yeah,
Heroes moment.
Yeah. That is the Goliath remote control mine. I thought that would be really, really fun.
Genius.
But of course the real stars of the show are of course the naval entries. Entries. And I should also bring in my backup wild card to dovetail into the B-36 or my backup bomber, which was of course a Tu-4 because of course it's funny. I had Operation FICO as a wild card. Flying aircraft carriers.
Yes.
yes.
I had flying aircraft carriers.
Hell yeah.
I had
It's
flying
no
aircraft
goblin, though,
carriers.
is it?
No, it's not the goblin, but I refuse to give that thing any airtime.
How dare you.
On f***ing principle, I can't stand the
Get
goblin.
out.
It is ugly as.
What? Oh, the man who goes into the double decker Defiant is going to tell me that the goblin stuff. Come on,
Already
baby.
it's like no,
I want to make
no,
it back now.
but of course, I had to make a decision, and it came down between two. The runner-up for my naval choice was, again, I may or may not have a thing for aeroplanes. You never know, right? The I-400 submarine aircraft carrier.
Oh, yes.
Oh, come on.
I actually picked that as
Yes.
that was my naval pick too.
That's some basic bitch shit. No.
That was my
But
naval
I
pick.
then decided, well, the Talon.
Yes.
Now, the thing about the Talon is that it's an Admiral Hipper class cruiser. That is an Admiral Hipper class cruiser, refurbished and put into service by the Soviets.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Nazis.
Holy shit.
The Nazis gave it to the Soviets as part of Molotov-Ribbentrop when they were allies to help the Soviets rebuild their navy.
Yes.
It was called the Lutzow.
And yes, and as you can imagine, it is a German designed and built warship, so it's not a tank or a jet or a plane. We all know that the Germans are famous for their expertise in building warships.
Yeah.
Plan
Z.
Z, yeah, it went really well.
They're really good at building artificial reefs.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Admiral Hipper is an absolutely dog shit design for a cruiser.
Mhm.
It is over armored, over filled with compartments. It's underpowered. There's a million things wrong with it. So you take an already substandard cruiser design, and then you have it finished and equipped and maintained by the Soviets. Naturally, the thing was practically unserviceable by 1946. It got blown up during the siege of Leningrad a couple times. So they were going to repair it with the remains of the Seydlitz, which was a aircraft carrier conversion to an Admiral Hipper class. And I was going to propose to El Presidente that we could somehow get spares off. There's no other way to put it. We can get some other spares off Bikini Atoll. We just need to send someone in a suit and, well,
Oh my god.
Fun
to get
fact.
some spares off.
It's okay. It's only registering 3.5 Rontgen.
Yeah, it's only registering 3.5
You know.
Rontgen.
Fun
It's
fact.
not great,
I
not
have-
terrible.
So-
I have just spent
so-
$200 on a book about Nazi help to the Soviet Union and vice versa. So that will be coming soon, and it includes a lot about this thing.
However, in case El Presidente needed some insurance, we could also offer him a free complimentary pinup girl with police outfit, which
Oh hell yeah.
her name
yeah.
her name also happens to be Talon for completely unrelated reasons.
Of course.
You should play the game Azure Lane if you want to know more.
All right, can we execute him, please?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there is
just fucking
one
shoot him.
one thing I should say. One thing I should say is that there was one more entry I considered, and that was for the bomber entry.
Oh no. I
It's
swear to God, if it's what I think it might be.
oh, wait a second. I need to convert this into the right image type.
Is this the TB3 Parasite Fighter concept?
No, I'm not
Ah.
that silly. It's something a bit more practical, but also completely garbage.
The Heinkel Grief?
No. Somehow probably even worse.
No. not
The
possible.
Arado?
Process of elimination there, my friend. There you go. One, boom. There you go. Bang. And not just any. It's got skis.
Oh,
nice.
it's the snowy Arado.
It's the snowy Arado.
Oh.
So for my official entry, chat, my official entry is going to be the wild card Operation FICO, because my lovely friends here all chose the B-36, so I propose we turn it into a flying aircraft carrier
Vote now on your phones. Do we convert El Jefe's B-36s into aircraft carriers?
You know, son of a bitch, I'm in.
You know
You're a
what?
mad
Fuck
son of
it.
a bitch.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
my
man.
mad son of a bitch. Hang on.
El Jefe's flying aircraft
You're in.
carriers.
Now, I want to say, I want you to be executed for the anime girl on the naval one on principle alone.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's
But
also- there's-
my audience is here, and also we should point out that when the author of Dragon Ball Z died, Akira Toriyama, God rest his soul, all of South America went into a mourning for a week. So canonically, we are weebs.
All right.
Yeah,
Execute
I
for
agree.
naval
I
poll.
agree.
Execute for naval poll.
No, absolutely
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
oh.
Yes. Yes.
That-
All right.
those
Making
aren't good
executive
numbers,
decision.
Chief.
Stopping the count. Stopping the count. Yep, you're dead.
not.
Ah.
Oh, you
Why have we
leave
got this
Brittany
willing
alone.
goblin? Is this a goblin's willing?
There's a
Goblins.
cost of goblin smiling.
Oh my god! What are we gonna have like an extra? Are we gonna? How is that gonna be deployed from the plane?
God.
Don't ask questions like this. We've got a B-36 to drop it from. We could drop anything. We could drop the sun from that. It's fine.
Yeah, but okay, look, the B-36 is quite wide, but it isn't that wide.
Look, you're creating problems. Fine, hang on. I'll take it back to the drawing board. Bear with me.
All right. So I had a few points, and I'm really stuck on what to do. Like, I had the I-400 as my naval, but I had the idea of replacing the planes, because they're, boring propeller planes, with Minutemen. Because you could fit one in there. You could fit one in there.
Yeah.
But no, that's boring.
You could.
Yeah, no worries.
And then I
Easy.
had the idea of a bomber. See, for the idea of a bomber, I thought, why do you need an aircraft? Why can't you just flap around and drop grenades on people?
Oh god, it's this.
Oh, it's the little auto gyro.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I considered that.
Nice.
I considered this. But the
You
thing...
know, someone made a jet, like a marine version of this as like a civil toy.
But
You get towed behind a speedboat, and yeah, it's. Oh.
the thing is though, when it comes to combat and war, sometimes you need to think out of the box. And I present to you the Zeppelin 262 Tornado.
Oh my god. Oh,
You
good
see?
god.
You want to mount a tornado cannon to a zeppelin?
Yes, with an
We
ME262
have
engine coming out the back.
entered the absolute Wunderwaffe territory here. Like,
As you may notice,
we have gone full Werebu, Mark Felton, glue sniffing.
Wait!
territory
I have
here.
something for this. As you may
Dun,
notice.
dun, 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 dun. Wait, hold on.
Oh god. Now, you may have noticed, I have made the decision to include an ME262 engine at the rear of the airship. This will
That's been
cause-
scaled up, apparently.
It's been scaled up, so it will clearly last, and it will give it so much speed, which will allow it to outrun the tornado cannon. That is
I have a
mounted on
question.
it.
I have a question.
Yes.
How are we going to stop all the hydrogen from detonating?
Shut the up. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We are here.
No,
Because, you
we'll
know,
put
the
lots of
original
no
plan-
smoking signs up.
You know what?
Well, the original plan was Germany wanted to do helium balloons, but then America
I've
wouldn't
got a
sell
better
them the
idea.
tech at the last minute.
Zweiling Zeppelin.
Oh god! A strong
afraid
breeze has entered the chat.
Now, you show this to El Jefe. You show this to El Jefe, and he will have such an erection that he will give himself a stroke.
Yeah, but also the problem is, okay, El Jefe okay, this will be the first time that a aircraft will display properties known as leeway.
Just
Like-
just for that dryling.
Oh god!
The speed and power. Sometimes by
Now look,
genius.
Okay.
The speed.
Okay, so there was a lot of complaints about trying to use the goblins on the B-36, and I get it. I have a plan though, because what we could do here, right, old-fashioned style.
Goblins
I've,
under the
I've,
Zeppelin.
I've rigged them together, so we've got a biplane goblin, right, and then all we do is we just mount them On the underneath, my drawings are not great, but we'll work the finer details out as we go through. We're just conceptualizing. But I reckon they could sit just quite nicely actually underneath. You kind of yeah.
I would.
Look, this is going to be perfect. What could go wrong
For
with
the
that?
sake of justifying these crazy designs to the chat, at some point during the day, El Jefe has been drip feeding the design team LSD,
3 a.m.
which is why the concepts have been getting stranger and stranger and stranger.
See, thank you,
But
Falcon.
honestly, the idea of a triple Zeppelin dropping a biplane goblin
with
it
tornado
could work.
cannons. It's got triple
could
tornado
work.
cannons.
With tornado cannons, like this is some
It's
Wonder
like, well,
Woman.
what's that movie where the Nazis are on the moon? Iron Sky.
Iron Sky, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that
thinking
is
the exact
straight out of
same
Iron
thing.
Sky.
It's like the UFOs like firing out the side, yeah.
Jet.
El Jefe
Begins a
riding
meteor
El
and
Jefe like
blitzkrieg.
riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex into battle.
El Jefe is voting yes on this because it excites.
That's literally what was that in the trailer? The trailer is literally amicable Adolf on top of a T-Rex is like Heil, motherfuckers. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh
literally.
god. Oh
All
god.
right, so do you live?
I
Does he live,
absolutely
chat?
live. The thing is,
Hold the poll.
It will fly. Don't worry about it. And the CIA is not going to kill me.
Look, if
they're
one
not gonna
Zeppelin
kill you.
flies,
They
three
might have you
Zeppelin will fly.
Latino Iron Sky.
Can you put this on a T-shirt, Rex?
No.
Honestly, yeah, I'll need to get history of everything to send me the
No.
VOD just so I can take notes for
Oh.
merchandise planning.
Yes, it's fair.
It's
So I'll make some designs.
Yes, I live. Stopping the count.
El Bumba is definitely going on a t-shirt or something.
El
So-
Bombers needs to go. El
El
Bomber needs to go.
Bumba
on a
is
t-shirt.
just
I think I like
absolutely.
the whole trebuchet combo thing. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
think
Pig's trap. Speaking of which, Pig, you are up next.
You are up now. Enjoy after the drilling. Your turn.
Oh God, yes, you're right. I am indeed up. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
The pressure.
So I'm gonna go for. Shut up, you. I'm gonna go for the. I'm gonna go for my naval thing, actually. But first, I want to present the other things that I had in mind, just to get them out of the way. So I think the first was the bomber. Yes. So, gentlemen, I feel the need to take our project to the next level. A new science has evolved in the darkness of war, that of rocketry. The Germans were supposedly able to make rockets that could cross vast distances, attacking their enemies with almost total impunity. Some say their rockets even left the atmosphere of Earth itself. Gentlemen, I think we all know what to do. We need to take our great country of Elbonia to the one place that hasn't yet been corrupted by capitalism. Say it with me now! Space!
El Jefe in space.
Space! So yeah, this is my idea for a bomber.
Oh
Ooh.
yes, it's the
No,
fucking
he lives. That's it. No, you live.
Oh my
Just-
god.
the German
Oh,
space bomber. Yes.
No, actually, no. Hang on. Does he live?
Oh, he lives.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Okay.
The CIA. He lives for the CIA because the CIA know there's going to be no way he's going to get this done right. But
That's right. The
Well,
Silver
El Jefe.
Vogon.
El
but
Jefe
will
gets to go to
does El
space.
Jefe think that this is? Yeah, but are they ever going to be able to build it?
Okay. Look, you fire this down on a rail. The rail is 3 miles long, and at the end of it, it curves into one of the most exciting and disappointing roller coasters on Earth. And then,
True.
so it launches itself up, and then its boosters take over. Then it gets into space. Now, this is where the fun begins. Because it uses all its fuel to do this, it then lays flat. And as it starts hitting the atmosphere, it creates a lot of friction, which pushes the craft back up. And it just sort of, like a skipping stone, bounces towards its target across the atmosphere.
Gliding.
Now, you may think this is a mad idea. The Germans were working on this. The guy who designed it all was nabbed by the French. And when he was working for the French, designing their own version of it, who should turn up at his house one day? But Vasily Stalin. He has this big offer that the USSR will give him an epic load of money and a basket of fruit if they come work for him instead. He refuses that because he's been corrupted by the capitalist West, so they try to kidnap him. That doesn't work. But the USSR developed their own version of this, as does the United States. Both don't work because the guy who designed this got his f***ing maths wrong, and it would never have worked. This whole thing, as soon as it started hitting the atmosphere, the amount of friction would have melted the aircraft and boiled the pilot alive.
So
Yes.
just to be absolutely crystal,
Yes.
Vasily Stalin actually turned up and tried to do
Yes.
Vasily Stalin.
Yes.
Wow. Holy shit.
Okay,
That's insane.
keep in
That's
mind,
even more insane
Thrasher.
than the bomber.
Keep in mind, Thrasher, these are the same people who smuggled a Sidewinder missile to the Soviet Union by a registered post. Okay, can we just... That's how they got the AIM-9L, by the way, chat, in case you're wondering. It may or may not be in my Soviet aviation video, the full story. But yes, they got the upgraded Sidewinder and later developed the R-60 Aphid by going onto a NATO base, stealing a AIM-9, and then disassembling it, and then sending it via registered mail to the Soviet
That's
Union.
insane.
So,
Holy shit.
That's
like,
bonkers.
yeah. So the Soviets
Wow.
are well inclined to do dumb shit like this. But Pig, continue. If this is your bomber concept, I can't
is
wait
my-
to see what your wild card concept is.
This
'cause
is my
this
bomber
fucking
concept.
insane.
I'll do the wild card now, actually, and then we can vote in the naval because I'm proud of the naval because it's stupid.
Yeah, the AIM-9D. Yes.
I thought for I thought for a I thought like okay, we're talking all about weapons here, but as we all know, amateurs talk weapons, experts talk logistics. We are overlooking how our army will feed itself, fuel those tanks, or even deploy into the field. Now, we can be boring. We can use trucks and transport planes like we did in the last war. But we are a country of the future, and our ability to stay one step ahead of the major world powers is what is going to keep us in the game. For the Americans and Soviets can whatever can call their gigantic armies all they want. If they can't get them anywhere, they can't feed their troops, they can't fuel their tanks, and all their talk of superior numbers is a hot win. Not a problem for us. Gentlemen, I refuse to give concept for the image that I'm about to show on screen, but welcome to the future of logistics.
Oh God!
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
The orbital drop pods, the ODSTs.
Oh my
it's-
god.
I
hear me
I
out.
still believe this partially inspired like the Warhammer drop pods and stuff like. 'cause
Okay,
seriously,
Okay,
it's
hold on,
like-
hold on, hold on, hold on.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Yeah.
Burn in the fires of democracy!
They are fucking.
Those in the
genius.
audience who don't understand that reference, that is audio from Helldivers 2.
Why?
That's right.
A question.
I need to turn my speakers down.
There are no
If I may-
questions. No, there
I
are no
know,
questions.
This is a really important question. Why did they put the parachutes on the back and not the front,
Don't worry
and
about
therefore have to land on the thin end?
it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Why?
Why,
This doesn't make any sense.
why are you being such a negative Nancy?
Dun, dun, dun,
The thing you need
dun,
to understand with this is that there's a
Eldiver.
there's a guy called Robert B. Rigg, Lieutenant Colonel Robert B. Rigg, and he writes this book in the 1950s on what he thinks the War of the 1970s will look like, and it is just full of the most bizarre bullshit you'll ever see in your life. Let me see if I can find another picture to pull up. on
No,
screen.
wait. That's it. Chat's figured it out. That's right. That's it. Elbonia is the first experiment in managed democracy.
Oh my god.
That explains the polls we've been having this whole time.
Explains the polls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so let me just throw this on.
Stop the count.
This, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
That is going to be
dun.
stuck in my head for the next 3 days.
Dun,
I just
dun,
got
dun.
down about.
We still need to play Helldivers together
Yeah,
after
so-
that
Really
update.
do.
Yeah, we do.
So this is another one of his concepts.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes, this thing.
Oh, I fucking love this thing. It's so stupid.
It's basically a supersonic Concorde with a bunch of Doritos sitting on the back of it. The back opens. The troops sit down on these little pews, on the Doritos, and then they sort of half hover, half glide on propellers down to the ground.
Never
So
mind
hard
the
to see
fact
how
that
that
they
could go
have
wrong.
like zero positive aerodynamic properties at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's
This
very,
is
very hard to
just-
see how that could go wrong.
This is just a Mach 2 Horsa glider, is all it is. Why?
Yeah, with by the way, a much lower survivability chance.
It's like a shitty, unimaginative Victorians just discovered jets.
Yeah.
This guy made a book. I'm trying to get. They're very hard to get a hold of.
Makes
I'm trying to
Thunderbirds look
get a
realistic.
copy, but it is literally just full of shit like this. Like he's got like medieval knight helmets with built-in like thermal optics.
Didn't
and
he do
night
some
vision
illustrations for
systems.
Popular
It's
Mechanics in the
insane.
late 50s, early 60s? I swear I've
Yes.
seen some of these stuff.
We believe Mike Sparks was this guy's protege because
Ah.
the two of them once have met.
I believe that.
Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense.
I think this is where the madness of militaryreform.org comes from. But I'm losing time, so I do apologize. Let me get rid of all this shit.
Elmist.
I apologize for nothing.
Okay. So, where the f am I? Help. Right, naval. Okay.
When you
Now.
brace to say things, Piggy, the hands of your avatar are absolutely perfect because I can hear you go, right. And your hands are
Right,
just where those
guys.
hands are.
Would you
Yeah,
believe that
yeah.
he does
Yeah.
that in real life as well?
Yeah, I do actually talk. I talk with my hands a lot. Okay, see, I think the Navy is an interesting prospect. Not so more now that more countries than ever are trying to get rid of their old battleships. Now, we could buy in a shitload of old battleships, but the thing is, they're trying to replace them all with carriers. And that's all well and good, but carriers need a huge amount of protection. So even if we built one, it would be a colossal undertaking by itself. We'd also need gigantic Navy cruisers, destroyers,
no.
all spring fleet. But gentlemen, there's another
Oh
way.
no!
I don't want to
There is
see
another way. What if we could
fucking
have a carrier that
Is
needs no
this the
protection
ice-
whatsoever?
Is this the ice one?
No.
it's worse.
Oh, it's much worse because, sir,
Oh.
this carrier is completely invisible.
Oh,
Gentlemen, you have already been introduced to the concept of the submarine aircraft carrier. The idea first invented by the Japanese. But I'm not building an I-400. That is old. It's clunky. It can only carry our prop planes. This is 1955, sir. There are more modern concepts.
Here
this
it
is the
is,
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's Ace
brace
Combat time,
yourself.
baby.
brace yourself for this.
I'm braced.
Behold,
Oh my god.
the AN-1.
Oh
Oh
god.
oh,
it's
Oh,
beautiful.
it's so thick.
God.
that.
It's thick with like 14 C's.
That's
Okay.
horrifying.
What?
Oh.
Why? What the fuck?
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. They can't even
L
recover
swole.
the aircraft. They can't even recover the aircraft properly. It's
No, they can, because these they're Mach-free fighters, by the way. They land on skis,
right,
and then a
obviously.
crane comes out the side.
oh, that's
picks them
right.
up, and
That's
then
what the fuck.
The entire submarine flops on its side because of weight distribution.
That's right. That was what that was the prototype for. I fucking.
Oh, you live for this.
Oh.
You better live.
That's
Can I
insane.
also point out something else? This is this is a nuclear powered submarine.
I mean, obviously, what could go wrong?
What could, I mean, it's not a nuclear powered submarine. It's a concept they come up with sometime in the 50s. And then when the idea of nuclear powered submarines come along, they just take the old diesel out and put a nuclear reactor in it, with like no thought as to how that would work.
That's
You guys may think this is just a Pentagon fever dream, but it's not a meme. They were planning on doing it.
They were
They
planning
were-
on doing this. They
Yep.
stopped. Yeah, there it is.
There's the sea
There it
dart.
is.
They finally stopped designing these things in 1968.
Oh, I did a video on
I
this.
like that
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
The
and
sea
the
dart.
sea dart's awesome.
The sea
sea dart's
dart.
wicked.
That's right.
Also-
Your video is in the recommended. Actually, there it is. Ah.
You know,
I'm just gonna
weirdly,
tick
every
over
single
here.
major YouTube video on the C Dart has flopped compared to other videos from the same time period. People just don't like the C Dart.
Why not? Like,
I think they're
Look,
short-sighted.
Yeah, I agree.
you
See,
live,
honestly-
you live, pig, for sure.
You
You
live.
live.
I mean, how
Yeah.
could I not live? I mean, look at this thing.
It's majestic.
I mean,
Thicko.
1968 is when they stopped designing these things, and their final plan is a gigantic submarine that is the size of the Forrestal and can carry 40 aircraft.
Yes.
All right. So the thing is, what was Zach's boat and what was his wild card?
Yeah, I'm curious.
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I have nothing for wild card.
Okay, that's right.
I thought I was gonna have something, so I will just share what I have for boat.
For boat.
And it's pretty by the standards of what else we have seen, it is pretty basic. It is simply
Oh
yes.
a PT boat.
Yes. Honestly,
Fucking
I
cool.
think
I rate
that
it.
might get you killed by the CIA.
Yeah, because it's too effective.
Fucking good.
That'll work. That'll work.
Now,
'cause-
the reason
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think it will get me killed by the CIA is that this is 1950 or 1955, and there probably are barely any of these left.
It does have a point.
Yeah, but
So we're
You
not
could pick
talking
'em up-
about like the more jet ones that we saw in Vietnam.
No, I'm talking about like World War II PT boats.
Mm.
Because I'm selling it on the
Those are made out of
concept
wood.
of, oh, there's a tons of these things, and look how effective they were.
Okay,
look how effective
yeah.
they were in World War II.
No.
And-
That argument, pardon the pun, holds water.
And leaving out the fact that a lot of them were made out of wood. And they have all either rotted away or been blown up. The best way I can
I mean-
sell this to him, though, is that we put on the front deck of it just a big old lawn chair and then a bunch of different booze of his choice. And then we just take him blasting around the water in it, right?
What we
He's
need to
gonna
do
have
is
a great time.
mount an El Bomba on the front, like on a swivel mount.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
you
just
you
manually
meme.
fire it.
You meme, but fucking Kennedy and his crew on PT 109 tactically acquired an AT gun from the army and mounted it on the front of theirs.
yeah.
So
they
it's
did.
not like PT boat crews are absolute gangsters. So
El Bomba on the PT boat. Let's
we
do
can
it.
mount an El Bumba on the PT
I really
boat.
want to buy an El Bumba model kit now and paint it like El Bumba.
Oh no, I do seriously. I want to make this an internet meme now. El Bomba. I think it has serious.
I want it on a
potential.
t-shirt.
I do think that I can sell this to El Jefe. Will I get killed by the CIA? Maybe.
I mean, you're probably okay because like the first real use of missiles on little craft like that wasn't until about 10 years later. I don't think anybody's quite. I mean, the Egyptians are playing around with Coma class at the moment, which is what would sink the Elliot, which is the first ship to get sunk. So you're kind of in that halfway house where it's probably a bit shit compared to other stuff that's out there now. You might just get away with it. You might be all right. In 10 years, weirdly, in 10 years' time, you wouldn't be because you just put missiles on it and then it's
Yeah,
lethal
exactly.
to everything.
No, I think you live. You live. But you get
I think
executed
you're right.
for not
I think
getting
you're
a
right
with that.
wild card.
Call the vote.
Yeah, but you get executed for not having a wild card, so it's really
It-
vote's
it-
irrelevant. I mean,
Votes irrelevant.
Yeah.
you're going
Hold
straight-
up.
you-
See,
go
look,
straight to jail.
look. Here we go. Look at this.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Potential.
Put some flames on the side of it, and then it's set.
Yes. And a big
Can
fucking
you
chair down
imagine
the
an
back.
ammo detonation though, if like you took a critical hit?
All right, but so let's
Be quick.
put up all three of Falcon's remaining choices at once, and let's
It's
judge
just
him.
the naval asset and the wild card. Let's find out. Let's see what he's picked.
Oh, you know what? No, I do. I can't have a wild card. I'm sorry. My wild card. I don't have an image of it, but my wild card would be would be the DP-28 machine gun, but with a hopper feed mechanism attached to the side of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
die.
that would just that you would die.
You would
Yeah.
die.
So Falcon
You
doesn't
did.
have a wild card, but he
Oh.
has sent me.
Does he want one?
Well, he sent me this, and now I want to know why. Why is he giving me the USS Enterprise? Or is
Because
that the Hornet?
actually,
I think it's that. No, it's
no,
Enterprise.
that is my darling.
Yeah, that's Enterprise 6. Let's find
That
out
is
his
my
reason.
baby.
Let's listen to his reasoning.
Anamark, you're gonna hate me for this, but hear me out. A warship.
Can you make it louder?
The USS
Oh,
Enterprise
I
has
can't.
yet to be scrapped.
Ah.
She was the best of the best in World War II, but in her current state, she is not equipped to handle modern carrier operations like the later Essex class, and would be an absolute money pit to maintain as she has not been in proper mothballing condition since '49. That being said, the name alone would be appealing to the Elbonian government, and the ship would serve well as a propaganda tool, but little more. Maybe they can fly CMUs and navalize Starfire's offer. That'd be a sight. Anyway, guys, I hear the guard coming back. If you get this tape, play it, and hopefully I get out of here to celebrate someday. Bye.
Okay. he lives. He lives, and let me tell you why.
It stops the scrapping.
It stops the scrapping. It saves NT. And if I can save Enterprise,
If we can save Enterprise, honestly, the fact that Enterprise is scrapped is a crime.
Same as War
I broke into tears when I made my video in the end. Like I can't believe they did that to her.
Enterprise and Warspite should never have been scrapped. Either of them.
No, they should be museums floating in the. Warspite should be floating in the Thames right now, as Enterprise
absolutely.
should. Enterprise should be an Intrepid's berth.
Nah,
But-
Warspite should be sitting next to HMS Victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she probably should
Yeah.
actually. She should be down in
Yeah.
Portsmouth. Yeah.
We are using council veto. It saves Enterprise. That's a win.
Fine. Okay, I will take it. He
Yep.
did say starfighters, though, didn't he?
Yes, he did. There's nothing wrong with the
Starfires.
F-104. You can all
Starfires.
shut up.
Oh no, he definitely said the F-104. I absolutely heard him say that.
Yes,
Shut
he
up.
did.
But you could totally fly them off the NT, I'm sure, if we did it right.
Oh,
Because you want the
Rato,
German
yeah.
ground attack nuclear capable one with a rocket on the bottom of it, which is the important bit down here. I mean, who doesn't like a rocket on the bottom of their thing? And that white blob is a bomb.
God, that's so
probably?
fucking cool.
It's fucking
Good old
awesome.
Rato.
And you need the Luftwaffe one because that's the one that crashed all the time. But
Yeah.
we could fly that off Enterprise. Look, it's got little stubby
Are
wings. No problem.
you saying the Luftwaffe has a history of Rato-related accidents?
I'm saying they were pioneers in the field of rocket assisted takeoff.
all I'm saying is, chat. If they won't let me have the Type 11, we can always have a backup option because everyone else is like, instead of the Ross rifle, we could use this.
Oh God.
So, Thrasher, was that your fighter?
That was going to be my fighter, yeah.
You die.
What's your bomber?
Well, my bomber was the nuclear powered Corvair. It's
Which
the
you win.
Yeah, you win.
which
What's
I
your
mean,
wild
like, I
card,
mean-
Thrasher?
What was your
So
wild
my
card?
no, so my wild card was we're gonna have unlimited nuclear energy because I'm going to bring a thing called the thermotron to
Oh
Elbonia.
no.
Because my mate Rishi Richter, who I put the picture up of earlier,
That was
he's
it.
got a bit of he's having some political trouble in Argentina. He's prepared to move quite in a hurry into Elbonia, and he's got this thing called the thermotron. And apparently, it just the energy comes out in milk carton size. We plug it into anything.
Well,
We will be the richest nation on earth. So it's all good. I think we're great.
Well, that brings us to the end. Falcon's dead. He's just
Yeah,
dead.
Falcon died.
Yeah.
The winner, though, is Monsieur Lézardpig.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. Besides his cult of personality, which is obvious, like you could like, I know lots of you are here. You guys need to see a doctor. You formed a religion around this man,
You
but
really
even
did.
without it, the presentation, the amount of
Presentation was
effort,
chef's kiss, flawless.
like the amount of effort carried, like although Rex's paint jobs are absolutely immaculate.
We need to make T-shirts out of that.
They're fantastic.
We need
If
the
we-
El
if
Boomba on
we
a T-shirt.
If
I
me and Rex
will.
got
I will
together and
work
worked
on
our own
making
thing,
some proper. I will work on making some proper merchandise quality stuff like El Boomba and that, and I will. I will speak with some artistic friends about getting the Laser Pig Trebuchet El Boomba combination. I will get it on a T-shirt and I will send it out to everyone.
I will say, if you're concerned about the amount of time that this takes, because we're going through quite a lot of stuff and everything, if we do this thing again, for potentially another time period, we could potentially work in teams.
Yeah.
We could.
Mm.
We could. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Either teams or split it up by service. Have like an army, a navy, and an air force department.
Oh yeah, that works.
Possibly, yeah.
Yo, Rex, you and me, brother, we got this, right? We got this.
Pig.
Sorry, did you just say hunter? Because I think you said hunter.
Now,
That's what I heard.
Pig.
Military junta.
Would
Yes.
you like to
Yes.
form for the next time? Would you like to work on a shall we say, shipping company together?
Oh no.
I could be interested in
That
this.
could be. We could have a letter of marque even.
Oh god.
No, but that,
God.
no, that's the thing.
The first Elbonian Hearts of Iron 4 campaign is launched.
Oh God.
Ugh.
There's got to be there's got to be an Elbonia mod for Hearts of Iron.
With El
Surely.
Bomba as like the main artillery piece.
Anyone out there who's in a Hearts of Iron 4 modder, if you make a mod with the shit that we have invented here,
Oh my
I will
god.
play it on stream.
We will literally set up funding. Like I would pay to see El Bumba and Hearts of Iron. Honestly.
Like, no, well, that's the thing. We get someone to mod in the state of Elbonia, and we will.
Yeah.
Miraculous. We've already done Elbonia 1990. It's on Animarchy's channel.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, Animax Channel. Yeah, no, I think probably we need to have a little bit of a think about it because it's a fun thing to do, but you don't want to overstress it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe I quite like the idea of dividing up into teams. I quite like the idea of doing something about Army, Navy, Air
Yeah, me
Force.
too.
I think we could do a cool thing.
I do
Let me go and
have
have a little think about it.
I do have an idea for something as well, but I need to mull it over a bit more. But I'll speak to the gang about it once I've had some thinking
And
done.
we make the El Boomba merch to help fund things. Also,
Genuinely, I think the idea of using, if we can get the artistry done, I think it would be a really cool thing if we could put some money towards getting those trucks out to Ukraine. That would be
No, absolutely, yeah.
Also, yeah, thank you again to everyone who has donated. I do appreciate it. And on top of that, Thrasher, Rex, and I are still going to plug that modelling competition that we're running. You
Absolutely.
Also,
win something.
the only one to not get shot was Pig.
Yes, he was. He was the only. That's why he won. He's the only one
Yes.
to not get shot.
Yeah.
Rex and I were the runners-up, actually.
Yeah.
I only got shot twice. I'm quite pleased with that.
It happened
anyway.
very
I got
quickly.
I got a golden Makarov. You got a golden Makarov. So
I was honestly kind of expecting to get shot for the trebuchet. I didn't know if I could bullshit my way
You
through
don't
that.
know what saved you? It's the monster
Yeah,
truck.
it was.
Yeah, it was the monster
honestly,
truck.
it
That
was
was
the
what did it.
monster truck. Zero
Ed El
argument
Boomba
there.
could go on it.
I just
It's
couldn't
exactly,
think of an
unfortunately-
artillery thing that like I wasn't everyone's probably already done the railway gun. I was expecting like maybe the Davy Crockett, someone to pull out like the nuclear artillery cannon.
My
and it's just
my
like, I
original
couldn't
option.
Go for it.
My original option for the artillery gun was the French 75,
Nah.
which
Yeah.
absolutely would have gotten me killed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Someone has
fucking
suggested in
brilliant,
my
yeah.
Discord Elbonia 1920.
Oh God.
Well, the idea that
Lord.
I had was, okay, what if Elbonia had to go to war in 1930, in the middle of the interwar years?
No, that's what I was thinking. What if it's Elbonia 1935 and we're having to prepare for World War II?
like
Well,
Spanish
we're doing-
Civil War, but Elbonia.
Well,
RMS Olympics
well, I was
coming
actually-
into this.
I wonder if we do it slightly differently. Go, yeah, it's Elbonia 1935 because tensions with Mogador are building up, and the two sides have to present their options to go to war with the other, but it has to be suitably crap because the people presenting it are actually working for the other state.
Except for the El Bomba. The El Bomba must stay.
Can I suggest an alternate?
Yeah.
Can I suggest an alternate that we are a modern day resistance movement? and we have a budget of absolutely zero. We can't really buy anything. We kind of have to make up our own crap from whatever we can find lying around.
Oh, that's a cool
Oh,
idea.
that's good.
Yeah, that's fun.
I would like to suggest the Lynx Africa improvised hand grenade.
Or like the
Not only is it an effective
repels.
anti-personnel weapon, but it gives you a massive nostalgia hit.
Oh, God.
I say that like I don't have a can of Lynx Africa on my desk.
I make it a personal thing to not have any Lynx Africa anywhere.
Yeah.
Kids, I'm gonna have to go, unfortunately. But thank you very much.
Yeah,
I really
I-
enjoyed
yeah,
that,
I'm
and
taking-
I hope everybody on stream's had a good time.
Yes,
Absolute top
I'm
stuff.
taking my
I
kids-
unfortunately have to go as well, but that was just absolutely hilarious.
I had to take my kids
Yeah.
to football in 4 hours, so yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
All right.
it's 2 a.m. here for me, so
It's
yeah,
3 it's
time
which,
to-
Yeah.
time to go to
which
bed.
means it's 3 a.m. for me, which means it's 2:30 a.m. to the west of you, which is actually further ahead in time.
Because
there are-
Australian time zones are shit.
King Australian time zones, right? Okay. I'll catch you later, kids. Bye.
All right, everybody,
Yep.
we're going to bed. We love you.
Love you.
Yep, thank you all.
Join the
Bye.
edition. Support the thing. Piss off my mods on Discord. Go nuts. Thank you all, and thank you for donating. Where's the button?
GG.